Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to piss you off. Now, am I going to personally piss you off? Probably not. But I'm going to piss you guys off with some of the stories that I'm coming today. And I mostly it's just this one story that we're going to probably be ending with today. And I actually heard about this story a couple months ago. It was posted on Dr. Todd LeGrand's videos. And you guys don't know who he is, definitely check out his content. I love watching his stuff. Dry humor is the best, okay? But I highly recommend checking it out. But I was watching his content and it was about a drunk driver. Kind of reminds me of Stephanie Malgoza in a way. If you guys remember who Stephanie Malgoza is, that was another DUI driver who killed two people actually. And she was smiling. She was laughing. Afterwards, when they brought her into, I think they brought him to like the hospital or something to treat like the wounds in her feet. She was like kind of like singing, talking about how she's going to drink more and go to Vegas, blah, blah, blah. But she was kind of like a little bit bonkers. But now we have someone named Jamie Lee Komorowski. And the reason why people are really livid with her is because of the Jailhouse calls. I don't know why these people don't think that people are going to get a hold of these calls and they're going to listen to it. And especially what you have to think about is that like, maybe, you know, they can't use these calls to determine whether or not you're like guilty or something. But like for sentencing, at least, like, I don't know, man, the judge is going to watch this and they're going to be like, does this person show any sort of contrition, any sort whatsoever? Not with the way that she's acting, the things that she's saying. But we're going to first start with Kohberger. I know it's going to be like some late stuff with Kohberger. We're going to start with Kohberger today, and then we'll talk a little bit about Sarah Boone. And then we're going to move in over to the Jamie Lee Komorowski. She recently had a bond hearing a couple days ago, and it was denied. And, you know, I kind of want to go over this entire story because it's interesting. She really thought she was going to get off. She really thought that she was going to go to her bond hearing, pay whatever fee, and then she would like go around, you know, walking around free. And of course she'll have like an ankle bracelet or whatever, but she really thought that she was going to be okay. But no, they denied her bond. So I definitely want to share this with you guys and talk about it. But hello, how are you guys all doing today? Hi, my flight. Oh, leaves for Vegas to get married tomorrow. What? Madison? Congratulations. Congratulations. Where are you getting married in Vegas? Like a hotel? Like what are you guys doing for like Vegas wedding? It sounds awesome. Dude, I was in Vegas. Was I in Vegas last weekend? Yeah, I was in Vegas last weekend. It's hot, man. Get your sun hats. I don't really like wearing sunglasses, but definitely get the sunglasses. It's so bright out there. Lots of sunblock, SPF 50, reapply every couple of hours. Dude, it is hot in Vegas, and stay hydrated, dude. Yeah, we went to Vegas. I don't know how people in Vegas do it. It's just too freaking hot. I personally, even though I love staying inside and playing video games, I also love going outdoors with my dog and doing things. And, you know, I like doing outdoorsy stuff. I like being in my garden and stuff like that. I like taking walks, playing tennis. So I don't know, if you're in Vegas, you just have to plan around during the hot times. But honestly, I remember we woke up at like 7 a.m. in Vegas and it was like 90 degrees. I don't know. I don't think waking up early really helps. You just have to get used to it, I guess. But yeah, that's Vegas is hot. Ooh, we're going to the Special Memory Chapel. Well, congratulations. I'm so happy for you guys. Oh my God, I need a hat for my cruise. Thank you for reminding me. I've had an amazing week. Hope everyone is good. Hi, Mariah. How are you doing today? Taxi, Morden. Hello, hello. Stoltenberg. Hello, all. We're going to the Bellagio. Dude, the Bellagio is freaking beautiful. Oh, my God. Try to go when it's not super busy. I mean, what day is it today? Today's Wednesday. Yeah, try to go to the Bellagio when it's like not super busy or crowded. But they have this garden exhibition thing, and it is so pretty. It looks good during the daytime, and it also looks spectacular in the nighttime. So definitely check that place out. And then, yeah, the Bellagio is just so crowded. Like Bellagio, Caesars, always super crowded. I usually like staying at the Cosmo. It's like kind of less crowded. And then like Encore Wynn, beautiful, but so far away from like the rest of the other casinos and stuff. But damn, it sounds fun. We're going to Bellagio for the photos after the ceremony, but I'm hoping it's before the sewer people come out. You know, I was once a sewer person, okay? Do I take offense to that? No. No. Okay, so Frosthound. So this Jamie Lee Komorowski, a little bit, kind of, sort of, maybe-ish reminds me of Stephanie Malgoza. We don't have the body cam footage. I don't know. Maybe there will be a body cam footage, but there's no body cam footage of Jamie Lee where when they arrested her. We only have the police report. So I'm going to read over all the stuff, but no, that was Stephanie Malgoza. Stephanie Malgoza was like, what about my car? I have to go to work tomorrow. I'm going to go to Vegas. I'm going to drink. And like, yeah, that was Stephanie Malgoza. She's already been found guilty, and I think she already had her sentencing. So this one is a pending one. This one, we are in, I believe, South Carolina. Actually, same area. Yes, because there's a document that I had. It was from SLED, so South Carolina, where the Murdoch stuff was. But yeah, this one is like, when I first watched the Dr. Todd LeGrand video, and he was reading like verbatim what she was saying when she was like first arrested. It's just stuff like, why me? Why did this happen to me? I'm a good person. Da 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 da. It's just like, I don't know, man. Maybe there's just a lot of people that just enabled some sort of bad behavior in this person's life, and she does not take accountability, possibly. But I mean, she is young, but still, I think you should probably be old enough. I think she's born in 1997. What is 1997 again? That's like 26. That's 26. Oh my God. And this happened this year. I don't know. It's a super, super sad case. Essentially, just imagine this, right? I mean, you're a bride, you're a groom. This is like the happiest day of your life. You're getting married, you're uniting two families, or however many families are involved, right? And I believe it was after the reception, they get into the golf carts, they are transported to a different part. And imagine just like having the best day of your life. You just got married to your loved one, and you're being transported by golf cart by two other family members. And then all of a sudden, out of freaking nowhere, a car just comes in slamming into you guys, and your golf cart flies 100 meters or rolls 100 meters. Like, I don't know. It's just really sad. The bride lost her life. The groom was severely, severely fucking injured. There were two others as well. There's a 17-year-old and his father. They had injuries as well, but not as extensive as the groom. I don't know. It's just really sad. And then meanwhile, you have someone here who's like on a jailhouse call, and they're like, why me? Why me? Why is this happening to me? Blah, blah, blah. It's just like, I don't know, man. So I'm going to piss you guys off today. I hope that's okay. But I don't know. I feel like all this true crime stuff, we're always rolling our eyes and stuff like that. That's Awesome Taxi. I was just on an open air. What's an open air wedding? Oh, open air wedding. Oh my gosh. It was raining cats and dogs the day before and the day after, but on the wedding day, we all magically defeated the weather forecast. Ding, 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 ding. Brandon, hi. How are you doing today, Brandon? How's it going? Brandon, thank you so much for the 7. Oh, hold on a second. I think my overlays should be coming soon. I don't know. Sometimes Stream Elements work. Sometimes it doesn't. Brandon, I know you mod for some streamers on YouTube. What do they use for their bots and stuff like that? I use Stream Elements, and Stream Elements likes to take a random vacation day and not even gives me heads up. If I was a groom, I wouldn't want to have made it. I can't imagine the heartbreak all around. Yeah, it's a tough one because the first thing that the groom said when he woke up was, where's Sam? And Sam was his bride. And it was really sad because the mom had the wedding ring that was on the bride's finger, and it was given to her from the hospital in like a little plastic bag. Like, I don't know. That's some heartbreaking shit, man. I don't know. That's tough. And then having to go through the recovery, and then you're also grieving, and I don't know. Yeah, that's some really sad shit. You hope the offender gets like 50 years. Yeah, it was beautiful, the groom. And I was gonna say this actually. My best friend got married a couple years ago, and as you know how they usually do the walk thing. I don't know, reception versus what's the other one called again? I always get them mixed up. Not the reception. Reception is where you're dancing and stuff, right? The ceremony, I think the ceremony is where you do your I-dos and stuff, right? Yeah. So the flower girl came, the grooms, the bridesmaid, whatever, and then when it was time for her to come, it just started raining. Start pouring, and she paid so much to have a wedding at this beautiful garden thing. It started raining so much that we were like speed walking underneath the tent, and as the vows were being read, the storms were so tumultuous, things were so windy, there was like rain everywhere, you could barely hear the pastor on the microphone, and And like, I think it was so terrifying that everyone just kind of started busting out laughing. Because like at that point, there's really nothing you can do about it, but just to make light of the entire situation. But I did feel bad though, because I was one of the bridesmaids up there, and there's this giant speaker that just fucking fell over, and it like fell on a girl. Not a little girl, sorry, I fell on a woman, and people were helping her out and stuff like that. But like, I don't know, it was crazy. It was wild, and we're just like, holy shit! Like, I hope I don't know, man. This is some crazy stuff. The pastor did make a joke about, oh, maybe this is a sign or something, but they're just joking. But yeah, anyways, Nightbot. I had Nightbot. Nightbot and I also don't get along. Hi, Gigi. Hi, Skyla. How are you doing today? When you're about to have an early night and Corgi goes, I'm sorry, I started late today. I was trying to start earlier today, but then I had all my research stuff ready. I had all my tabs ready, but I was just trying to organize everything. And then I kind of got distracted with some other true crime cases on YouTube. So that's what happened. Hi, Gwendolyn. How are you doing today? Oh, Madam August Butterfly. Hello, hello. It chooses the days to work. They all have stream elements, but they use the human mods too. It's just like sometimes my overlays, you know how like when someone like does a subscription thing or the super chat thing, it's like sometimes there's a delay, and then today it's just not working. And I just don't know. I wonder what do other streamers use? I know what other Twitch streamers use. They all use Streamlabs, but I wonder what other YouTubers use. Because I think for like the super chat stuff, they do things differently. They make it so like only one shows like one at a time. And like sometimes you can choose like the comments and stuff like that, but I don't know how to do that. It was a disaster wedding. I mean, everything else was good though. Everything was good. It was just that during the I do's, it was raining like crazy. It was horrible. So random, but yes. Okay. That's what I was distracted with. I was about to load up the stream, and then Atozi, which is another YouTube channel, popped up, and it was about Little Tay. So I watched about 2 minutes of it. I was going to watch the rest later on, but dude, that's so crazy. I heard that Little Tay passed away and her brother as well. Aren't they both like really, really young? I think when she was really popular back in like 2017, wasn't she like, I don't know, wasn't she like 8 or 9 or something? Like super, super young. And it's 2023 now. Should be like, what, is it like a teenager? But yeah, that's I don't know. That's really sad. Also, thank you for breaking down the court cases for us. You make everything easy to follow. The platform is safe for all. Oh, you're welcome, Skyla. 14 years old. Yeah, I think that like they're not really sure what happened yet, but they think might have been she might have taken her own life, maybe. I don't know. Can you elaborate on the sewer people thing? It's probably just all the drunks and the degens coming out, you know, to go clubbing, and we're all like zombies and stuff like that. I was the sewer people. I'm so sorry for the wife and the husband's family. Yeah, I want to listen to the bond hearing. I think, I don't know, like what people don't realize is that sometimes when things like this happen, it's a tragedy, but sometimes families are also torn apart. I'm not really quite sure what would cause that in this case, you know, but I don't know. It's tough. It's really sad. But yeah, let's start with Kohberger today, because you know what? Kohberger and his team were putting up a fight, man. They're putting up the fight with the grand jury. They're putting up a fight with I don't know. I thought Kohberger was gonna have a good alibi. I thought Kohberger, you know, they seemed like they were confident that Kohberger was gonna be cleared of everything. If you guys don't know who Kohberger is, he's currently the alleged murderer of the Idaho Four. There are 4 university students in Idaho that were murdered. They were stabbed to death. This happened back in November of 2022. Kohberger is currently the main and the prime suspect. He's under custody right now. And the state was demanding him to provide an alibi because, you know, they're going to say, oh, his defense is probably going to be, oh, my alibi. I wasn't there at the time of the murders. And I was like, okay, well, maybe Kohberger has a good alibi. Maybe it's under security footage. Maybe he was streaming or something. You know, maybe he's got something to back him up. But the alibi is pretty disappointing. And Ann Taylor's probably rolling her eyes right now. And the state's probably like, yes, like this guy has a crap alibi. Let's do it. Let's take him down. So let's talk about that. Bryan Kohberger. I was going to ask you how I found his alibi. I haven't read the court documents yet, but I skimmed through the headlines and stuff, and I was like, "Are you serious? This is the alibi? Really? I thought they're gonna have something good or something. You know, at least with Murdoch had the alibi. It was like, oh, I was at my mom's house. You know, even though when they had all the digital tracking and they had it all in court, it showed that, like, yeah, he was at his mom's house, but at the same time, he was only there very briefly. He was speeding around. He could have still killed Meg and Paul, and all that stuff. So didn't really work out for him, did it? But let's read what the state put in, and then we'll read what Kohberger's attorney response is. Comes down to the state of Idaho, by and through the Latah County prosecuting attorney, respectfully moves a court for an order compelling the defense to comply fully with Idaho Code 19519 and provide the state with the notice of any alibi that may be offered herein. Said notice include. And so the state wants the alibi ASAP because you know what? Currently, the trial is set for, well, it's set for October 2nd, but it's a little bit... There might be an extra 37 days. I don't know. It's set for October 2nd right now, but I don't think it's going to happen October 2nd. But if it does happen October 2nd, the state just wants to have enough time to make sure they research this and to look up to see if Kohberger is really where he was, where he said he was. Does that make sense? Did I just make it too wordy? I might have. Okay. Number one, the specific place or places at which the defendant claims to have been at the time of the burglary and the homicides in this case. Two, the names and addresses of all witnesses upon whom the defendant intends to ride to establish an alibi. So they were like, hey, I want to hurry up and get this alibi. We need to research this. As the court file reflects, the state files its request for discovery disclosure alibi demand on May 23rd, 2023. Oof, that was like 3 months ago. And served the defense on the same day. The parties subsequently stipulated to extend the statutory time for the defendant to provide notice of alibi and comply with the Idaho Code to July 24th. On July 24th, however, defendant filed a notice of defendant's response to state's alibi demand. This document does not comply with the requirements of Idaho Code, and that does not specify a place or places at which a defendant claims to have been at the time of the offenses herein, nor does it provide names or addresses of witnesses whom the defendant intends to rely on. So I was like, okay, so he must have been at somewhere, solid alibi maybe. Maybe there's some witnesses that can be like, hey, yeah, Kohberger was here with me, and, you know, he never left our site. That's what I was thinking, you know, maybe. The state recognized the defendant has a Sixth Amendment constitutional right to call witnesses in his or her own defense. It's going to set a case. I'm going to skip through this part. Okay. It is important to note that the scheduled October 2nd, 2023 jury trial is barely more than 2 months away. If the defense intends to rely on alibi, it is essential that they be required to provide prompt notice so the state can fulfill its obligation under Idaho Code 19-5192 to investigate and respond to the notice of alibi. Any further delays will substantially prejudice the state's right, similar to the situation here in Juarez. The state has no idea how defendant's notice regarding alibi constitutes an alibi, and as observed above, the state is unable to comply with these codes based on the lack of information. The state also notes that, I might skip through this part. Okay. Based on the above, the state respectfully prays the court for an order compelling the defendant to comply with Idaho Code by filing a notice of specifying where the defendant claims to have been at the time of the alleged offenses, and the names, addresses of witnesses whose testimony will support defendant's alibi. Given the time constraints, the state prays that the court direct the defendant to comply no later than 10 days from the court's date of order. And that the state be allowed to, pursuant to Idaho Code 19-5192, to provide the defense written notice of names, addresses. Okay, we're just repeating ourselves. There was something that did I skip over it? It was something about like, oh, you know, we hope that the defense is not going to come at the 11th hour and provide their alibi, which is like, we're just hoping they're not going to provide it last minute because, you know, they want to make sure they have time to research this. So that's the state right there. Like, hurry up, give us an alibi. And then we're like, okay, finally, Kohberger now says that he's got an alibi. Where was Kohberger? What was he doing during the time of the murders? He must have been someplace else, and there must be some witnesses, right? Wrong. Murdoch's alibi was that he loved Papa and Mags. Oh, did you guys see? Court TV just actually posted this up this morning. Alex Murdaugh was celebrating Paul's birthday while he was in jail, I think. And got Buster to arrange everything. I don't know. I had it playing in the background. Did you guys watch that? Hi, Rikta. How are you doing today? How's it going? All right. So this is Kohberger's response. And is it juicy? No, it's just like, okay, well, at least we got that out of the way. Comes now, Bryan C. Kohberger, by and through his attorney of record, Ann C. Taylor, public defender, hereby objects to the state's motion of compel, motive of defense of alibi, or alternatively to bar certain evidence. Okay. So they require an alibi disclosure of a specific location with a specific location of witnesses to so testify. By statutory definition, Mr. Kohberger remained silent yet testified that he was not at 1122 King Road, November 13, 2022. However, in an abundance of cautions and recognizing the court has an authority to exclude witnesses, Mr. Kohberger has indicated he anticipates corroborating witnesses. Who will be his corroborating witnesses? I wonder. Who do you guys think? Mr. Kohberger has had a habit of going for drives alone. Who are going to be the corroborating witnesses? Maybe he went to a drive-thru at McDonald's or something. I don't know. Maybe he was sitting at Taco Bell. Maybe he was at Wendy's. I don't know. He had a habit of going for drives alone. Often he would go for drives at night. He did so November 12 and into November 13, 2022. Again, they believe the murders happened between somewhere around like 4:30-ish a.m. Okay, that's like real late a.m. Mr. Kohberger is not claiming to be at a specific location at a specific time. Okay, so we're not going to be specific. We're just going to be kind of like wishy-washy. At this time, there is not a specific witness to say precisely. This is my first time reading the document, by the way. At this time, there's not a specific witness to say precisely where Kohberger was at each moment of the hours between late night November 12th and early November 13. I feel like this kind of just makes the state's case it just makes it even easier. I mean, they probably will have his cell phone, and although they already went through this, police already went through this though. They were able to track his cell phone. At some points, I think he put his phone maybe on like an airplane mode so he wouldn't be tracked, or maybe turn off his phone, try to pull the Jodi Arias thing, or I think maybe at times he might have left his phone at home too. I don't remember those exact details. He was out driving during late night and early mornings of November 12 to 13, 2022. Listen, if they can prove a pattern that if Mr. Kohberger typically goes on late night drives, well, he better prove it with the history of that. And it better be with his phone, not barely being with him. Because I don't know why you would go on a late night drive and not bring your phone with you just in case something would happen. Or, do you not listen to like YouTube or music, Spotify on your phone? I mean, he's got like a Kia, but like, I don't know if the Kia has like CarPlay or anything like that. I feel like the Kia was kind of old, wasn't it? Yeah, to stalk his victims is unicorn milk. I'm alive and well. Hope you are too. Hi, Joe. How's it going? Hello. I mean, honestly, like, I when I was a teenager, I would do late night drives as well. I don't know, play some music and stuff like that. But I'm also not accused of committing a murder. And like, this is just it's just a weak alibi. And then he has no witnesses or anything like that. Counsel for Mr. Kohberger is aware that case law broadens the definition of alibi with the statutory requirement for a specific location to more broadly include disclosure information that tends to the state that the person claiming the alibi was at a place other than the location of the offense. Mr. Kohberger has complied to the extent possible. It's like, okay, I was driving, but I can't tell you where I was exactly when the murders happened. I don't have any witnesses to corroborate with this, but I was out driving. Oh, God. Poor Ann Taylor. Okay. Corroboration of Mr. Kohberger not being at 1122 may be brought out through cross-examination at the state's witnesses. At this time, Mr. Kohberger cannot be more specific about the possible witnesses. He can't be more specific in exactly what they will say. Okay. Defense has been hampered by the state's own choices. The state chose a secret grand jury rather than the planned preliminary hearing. Remember, initially, they were supposed to have a preliminary hearing, and we would have sort of kind of got like a little mini trial-ish where we would hear, they would both the state would present their evidence, and then they would be able to be cross-examined by the defense. But however, remember the preliminary hearing, that was scrapped because they actually had a secret grand jury instead, and they were able to indict Kohberger. And I think Kohberger and his team are actually fighting that right now. I don't know. They're trying to say that, like, I don't know specifically what they will say or what they will discover, but they're basically disagreeing that with the secret grand jury, I guess, saying that, like, oh, I don't know, maybe they'll say that, like, oh, maybe one of the jury members was like tampered. Maybe one of the jury members wasn't able to be a jury member on the panel or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Had the state moved forward with the preliminary hearing, the defense would have had the opportunity to develop testimony through cross-examination and witness presentation. Instead, the defense has only received on July 27, 2023, a copy of the testimony the state chose to elicit. Review of such is underway. The defense had obtained investigative materials from the state's investigative counterparts, the FBI, and through an order compelling the state to provide such materials. The state made draft disclosures just 2 weeks ago. The sufficiencies of these disclosures currently being analyzed. Man, a lot of work done for Ann Taylor. I think she's one of the attorneys on there, and I think they might potentially have a death penalty attorney as well. yeah, I wonder if she has anyone else helping her. It's a lot of work. Defense has to obtain investigative materials from the state's investigative counterparts. Oh, I read this. Corroboration of Bryan Kohberger not being at 1122 may be brought out through the expert witness presentation. The analysis is underway. So they're probably going to get their own like cell phone technology expert, and it's going to be like, hey, Kohberger was here this time. And just because you have your phone on airplane mode, maybe blah, 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 blah. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to say. Defense has been diligently worked to analyze relevant discovery materials and conduct its own investigation. Notably, the defense had to obtain a court order to receive relevant discovery materials that delay hampers the defense investigation. So, defense is trying to get all this information. They're saying that the state is taking forever. I don't know. But yeah, they're trying their best. So that's Kohberger right there. So the alibi that we've all been waiting for. Well, Kohberger was out alone, driving in the middle of the night. No witnesses. No one was with him. He was just all alone. So, yeah. Good luck, defense. Hey, Molly. How are you doing today? How's it going? Hi, Neko. Hello, hello. Do you take any pointers from Sarah Boone? Oh, good. What kind of pointers from Sarah Boone? How to write narcissistic letters from jail. All right, so we're going to do a quick little segue over to Sarah Boone. This one's just a really quick one, though. It's not going to be long. Thank goodness. Sarah Boone. If you guys don't know who Sarah Boone is, she is currently awaiting trial right now. She allegedly murdered her boyfriend at the time, George Torres Jr., and she's known as a suitcase murderer. And what exactly is a suitcase murderer? Well, she put George in the suitcase, allegedly. I mean, she said it in the fucking 911 call, but on the 911 call, she's like, I put him in the suitcase. I forgot about him. I left him there or whatever. Sorry, that was a 911 call and the body cam footages and in the interrogation as well. But she essentially seemed to have let him suffocate to death because there was a video that was recovered on her cell phone where her boyfriend, George, was calling out for Sarah's name. And it's actually really sad. Like, I don't know. It's so morbid. He's calling out her name. He's like, Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. And she's so immature. She's like, yeah, that's my name. Don't wear it out. And she'll say things like, oh, this is for all the things that you've done to me. And she's like kind of like drunk. She's a little bit slurring her words a little bit. But her boyfriend of like 4 years is in this fucking suitcase suffocating to death. And so she leaves him there, or she says that she forgot about him. And she awakes the next morning. And did she call 911 right away? No, she did not call 911 right away. She called her ex-husband to come over. She didn't know what to do. And the ex-husband told her to call 911. This is per the ex-husband's words, by the way, on the body cam footage. And so she finally calls 911. And she even admitted herself that she put him in the suitcase. Now, police officers arrive. And one of the police officers was like, so did you do CPR? She's like, yeah. And what did you do CPR? This morning. Or no, she was like, did you do CPR? She says yes. And then it was like, when did you find the body? This morning. And then the police officer was confused because she was like, well, it's like past noon. So what took you so long to call us after discovering the body? And she's like, oh, but I slept in. And like, you can tell at that point, she's like, she realized she messed up and she kind of tweaked her story a little bit. But yeah, essentially, she's accused of murdering her boyfriend by leaving him in a suitcase. And if you guys haven't seen the interrogation video, I think I'm gonna watch the interrogation video in its entirety. I watched the JCS version that's been cut down to maybe around like 30 to 40 minutes. But I think the original one was only like over an hour. So it's not too long. I definitely want to watch it. So we'll probably watch when it's closer to the Sarah Boone trial. But yeah, that's what she is on. That's what her trial's gonna be about. That's currently scheduled for, I think, also October 2nd. Is that the same time as Kohberger? I think so. She's also scheduled for October 2nd. Now, do I think that one's gonna get pushed? I don't know. Maybe, probably. She was having issues with communicating with her attorney, but there's a new letter that has been uploaded. And if you guys remember, we saw Sarah Boone about a week or two ago at one of her preliminary hearings. And what did she do there? She also hands the judge another letter. The Sarah Boone letters are sort of like famous because she has been writing letters to the judge, essentially complaining about not being able to communicate with her lawyers, But then at some point, she starts accusing the judge, accusing people who are part of the case of all types of things. And these are things that you don't want to accuse a judge of. I think she accused the judge of, like, taking money under the table for I don't know. She was pissed that like people were like watching this on YouTube, that people were able to watch some of the hearings and like she wasn't present. And yeah, that's Sarah Boone right there. But let's go to Sarah Boone and let's read her current letter. I haven't read it yet. I think I might have skimmed through it, but I don't think I really read it. I was just gonna read it with you guys. Sarah Boone. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Hey, A-Bomb. How's it going? Hi, Melissa. How are you doing today? So this is Sarah Boone, 10-10-19. Oh, wait. If her trial happens on October 2nd, it's going to overlap with her birthday, 1977. That makes her, what, like in her 40s? Correspondent filed from the defendant to the judge. Yeah, trial is set for October 2nd. We do have 2 more pretrial conferences. Oh, did I say preliminary? I'm sorry. I think I said preliminary hearing earlier. I meant to say pretrial. Scrap that. Okay. Yeah, pretrial conference. I think I said preliminary hearing earlier. I was still thinking Kohberger stuff. So we have one coming up on September 8th and September 20th. So about another month away. But here's a correspondence from Sarah Boone to the judge. Let's see if she's a little bit nicer to the judge this time, or if she's also accusing him of more things. But you can tell Judge Wayne Wooden did not have time for this person, okay? Because when Sarah Boone raised her hand to speak to the judge, he gave her a little friendly warning. This was written on August 2nd. August 2nd. August 2nd. Wait a second. Is this the most up-to-date one? Was there one before this? August 2nd. Correspondence from... What is this one then? Okay, I think we... This is the one that we read before. Okay, so this is the most up-to-date one. August 2nd. Judge Wayne C. Wooten. Honorable Judge Wayne C. Wooten, please see the included letter I received from my investigator communicating with me to provide an update on why we have been unable to meet since our last uneventful meeting with my attorney, Frank Bankowitz, on May 18, 2023. My investigator has also not been able to contact in attempts to move forward and produce very much needed and overdue progress in my case. Now, note the underlining and note the capitalizations. So wait, did she hire an investigator? I, as Mr. Bankowitz's client, cannot communicate with him via phone due to him still not activating one of 2 numbers he's given that do not work, and keeps giving me a different reason why each time I ask to keep trying. Kind of reminds me of someone, you know, like, remember back in the day where someone would ask for a number, and instead of you giving your actual number to the person, you give them the number to like the rejection hotline. I don't know. I'm getting the same vibes here. This has been going on for 13 months. Again, this is all from Sarah Boone's perspective. She could be lying. She could be exaggerating. She could be telling the truth. I don't know. I just have a heart, like 13 months? Seriously? And counting. By not activating, he's actively hindering progress, compiling even greater amounts of carryover. And in the meantime, I was dead as calling. He's in St. Louis or something, I think. What's the state that has the arch? I should know this because I did a project on it when I was in elementary school. Why do we need a trial when Sarah admitted the murder and had a videotape of it too? Well, she's going to go with the battered wife defense. She's going to say that she was abused and she had no choice but defend herself. But it doesn't really explain how he ended up in the suitcase. If she had, I don't know, maybe fought him back physically, maybe like stabbed him because she thought she was in danger, or shot him or physically harmed him in some way like that. But like, I don't know how you would explain like how he ended up in the suitcase, you know? Like maybe she's going to say that like he was beating on her and she overpowered him somehow and she was able to grab a suitcase, shove him in there and then zip him up. I don't know. I have no idea. We'll see what her defense comes up with. There is a Shiro baby. He's sleeping. He's sleeping probably the worst possible spot ever. It's right next to my computer and the hot air is just blowing at him. And I think it's just because he's scared of the flies. So he likes to hide there. Oh, my first corgi YouTube stream. I see you didn't eat the sandwich. No, I didn't eat the sandwich. But if you guys weren't here, I probably would have ate it with no thought. Just a little bit of context. I'm sorry, I'm just interrupting the content right now. Just a little bit of context. I didn't want to waste food. I had this egg sandwich that said it to eat by it was like 2 days over the date, okay? It was like eat by the 6th. And I was like, well, it's the 8th now. I'm pretty sure I can eat the egg sandwich. But I asked my chat, I was like, okay, well, I did on my drive from Vegas, I left it on the dashboard in the heat because I wanted the sandwich to warm up. I don't like eating cold things. My teeth are sensitive. And so I left it on the dashboard and I fell asleep and I left it there probably for like 6-7 hours. But when I came home, I put it in the refrigerator. It was there for 2 days. And then I was about to eat it because it was... I was hungry. I was so hungry. But then they were like, I told them it was like an egg sandwich thing. The ones like, they're like, does it have mayonnaise? I'm like, yeah, it has mayonnaise. But like my thing was like the egg. I wasn't sure if the egg would be good. They're like, oh no, if it has mayonnaise, don't eat the mayonnaise. Or, oh, you're going to get the bad food poisoning. It had like mayonnaise. It had, a slice of ham. It had like cucumbers in it, but like it was like the cutest little egg sandwich ever. It was from a Japanese bakery. They put it, it's very wasteful though. They put it in this like cute little like cardboard box that had this cute little yellow plaited prints on there. And then like you open it and there's like plastic, like they put a lot of care into the packaging. Okay. Waste, but it was really cute. They also took the time to cut off the edges. You know, there's no crust on there, cute little squares, and they laid them out and stuff like that. Well, I would have ate it if you guys weren't here, but my chat was like, everyone in my chat said, no, don't eat it. I was like, really? But yeah, they were like, yeah, you know, mayonnaise, like it's made with raw eggs sometimes. And like, I don't know, the mayonnaise is going to fuck you up. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to eat it, but I didn't eat it. Okay. Cause I also, when I've had food poisoning in the past before, it's always been really bad food poisoning. And food poisoning sucks, man. It's like you're like shaking and it's like coming out both ends. And like I'm also home by myself right now. I don't have anyone to take care of me. It would be it'd be pretty tough, man. Yeah, Boone wants to talk to the manager. That's definitely the vibe that we get with Sarah Boone. The chat save your life. So yeah, I did not eat the egg sandwich. Okay, I did not eat the egg sandwich. I'm still here. Although I would have totally ate it. You never had food poisoning? It's so bad. Oh. I've never been so severely sick before, but anytime when I've been super sick was always food poisoning. And it's always me sleeping in the closet and I don't want any lights, any sound, any stimulation. I just wanted to be total darkness, total quietness. And then once in a while I would run to the bathroom and like, yeah, it's horrible. But okay, we're back to Sarah Boone. I'm sorry. But anyways, yeah, I did not eat the egg sandwich and we're here and we're feeling good. I actually thought some people would say that, like, yeah, just eat it, you'll be fine. But yeah. But okay, back to Sarah Boone. I, as Mr. Bankowitz's client, cannot communicate with him via phone due to him still not activating one of 2 numbers he's given that do not work. And it keeps giving me different reasons why each time I ask, and I keep trying. This has been ongoing for 13 months and counting. By not activating, he's actively hindering progress, compiling even greater amounts of carryover, and in the meantime, information for review when and if we do eventually meet in person. Last time to date was 77 days. Prior to that, 98 days and 147 days prior to that date. Oh man, are there any public defenders out there? I'm just so curious because I know that they probably have like a lot of like load going on, you know, don't have time to meet with clients, but like I don't know, man. That's a lot of days of not meeting. With the aforementioned being said, Judge Wayne C. Wooden, would you please be gracious enough to communicate with Mr. Bankowitz to supply the requested simple information my investigator needs, considering the number of days/weeks in between our meetings with him? Wait, hold on a second. She has money to hire an investigator, but here she is with a public defender and like the taxpayers are paying for all her stuff right now. She got money for investigator. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what I'm seeing? Oh, God. The investigators need, considering the number of days, weeks in between our meetings with him, and we can be working in the meantime until he is able to visit with me. His client of over a year now, adding to the soon of 4 years. I've already been here already. Please see previous letter regarding all 6 of my attorneys. Trust me, the judge knows, Sarah. Trust me, the judge knows. My innumerable attempts have been completely unsuccessful in any form of communication with Mr. Bankowitz via phone, letters, email, voicemails, attempted by an outside source. I just wonder, are they not talking when they're meeting up for these pretrial hearings? Does she not have a chance to talk to the lawyer whatsoever at all? Is it one of those things where it's like she's brought in and, I mean, I saw them talking a little bit at the very beginning, but maybe the lawyer just like dips out like right afterwards and doesn't stay behind to like talk to her and stuff like that. Oh, you finished Remnant? Nice job. Public defenders are usually very mean people. Real? I had a public defender once when I was a teenager. She was really nice. Yeah, she was super cool. Sepsis is a bad trip. Yeah. I've never had food poisoning. I don't know why on YouTube, they should be smart enough to distinguish that those are emotes. Because when you press them together and you hit the enter key, it like lumps it all together into like a string of text. But maybe they're not there yet. I don't know. On Twitch, you can like spam the emotes like that and it'll still be able to like show the emotes, even though the letters like pushed together. What else can I do, Your Honor? It seems my only hope for a court date, which I am included in, where my attorney's attendance is mandatory, and I can vie for his attention during the minutes beforehand while in the courtroom. I'm sure all the allowed live cameras could provide footage of me doing so every time. I don't want to waste any more time and catch up in the courtroom. It's unfair and ridiculous. When can we have a real meeting? Please enable progress, Judge Wayne C. Wooden, not hinder. Justice system means we have to work together. I've got a whole world incorrectly against me already. I just want to say that the fact that like the whole world is incorrectly against her, it's not because it's from other people's words. It's not like the words of like George's family that's like, you know, talking crap about her. And it's everything that we're judging her on is based off the things that she said that came out of her own goddamn mouth. It was in the 911 calls. It was in the body cam footage. It was interrogation video. And it was on the phone recording that she recorded herself when her boyfriend was suffocating the suitcase. Everything was from her. Now, if it was mostly like hearsay shit, or if it was like, you know, like gossip shit, it was like, you know, a word of someone, and like they were telling us what happened with the case and it wasn't from her directly, that's a different story. But this all came from her. This is all from your mouth, Sarah. As stated by my investigator, we are at a loss without communication in any form with Mr. Bankowitz. Thank you for your invaluable time. I am grateful for your ethical awareness, fairness, understanding, and perspective. Activate the inactivity, please. Again, thank you. Oh, man. I wonder if Sarah Boone writes Yelp reviews. Anyone find a Sarah Boone Yelp review account? Oh, my gosh. Actively seeking success in anything, Sarah Boone. Sarah, I received your letter. I've made multiple attempts to contact your attorney, Mr. Bankowitz, since our meeting, but unfortunately, I have been unsuccessful. Oh, this is for her investigator. I am not sure what is causing the issue. Wait, hold on a second. Billy Lane, chief investigator. Ah, their company name is Prison Break Investigations. Oh, what an interesting company name. Oh, Sarah thinks she's going to get out. All right, we'll see. Okay, so investigator has tried to contact Frank Bankowitz. Damn, Frank. What's going on, Frank? Damn, you busy, Frank? But has been unsuccessful. I'm not sure what is causing the issue. Well, Billy, you're going to have to just show up at the office. I don't know. You might have to physically show up at the office and be like, yo, what's going on? On May 22nd, 2023, I sent him an email requesting to contact the jail so I can have access to visit you and proceed with the mitigation process in person. Additionally, I sent 2 texts. Wait, hold on a second. The investigator. Did she hire this investigator or did they hire the investigator? I remember seeing, I think I remember seeing this. Prison Break Investigations. I think they hired the investigator. The defense did. not just like Sarah did it privately on her own. I think the state is paying for this. I sent him an email requesting him to contact the jail so that I can have access to visit you and proceed with the mitigation process in person. Additionally, I sent 2 text messages to his phone on June 1, 2023, and again on June 6, but received no response. Go there in person. Show up in person. Without a letter from the attorney sent to the jail, I'm unable to visit you in person. I'm at a loss until I can reestablish contact with Mr. Bankowitz. If you can wish, you can write to me and I will send a letter as soon as I'm able to get in touch with him again. Damn. I don't know. This sounds like a whole mess. As much as I want to sit here and roll my eyes and laugh at Sarah Boone, yeah, I don't know. Now we have another person that's confirming that they are also unable to get in touch with Frank Bankowitz. Yeah, I don't know. Not looking good. Not looking good. I think she's very dominant. She's pulling a bad baby. Cash me in court. How about it? I heard bad baby or is it bad baby? Bad Barbie? I don't remember. She was pulling a lot of money in from her OnlyFans. I think like the moment she turned 18, she had an OnlyFans and like a lot of people were like anticipating. I don't know. That's like so creepy to me though. But yeah, I wonder if she's doing really well on OnlyFans still. All right, that's Sarah Boone, y'all. Sarah Boone, trial is happening possibly in 2 months. We will see. Let's see, Idaho. Ooh, oh man. And I just realized Chad Daybell, all of his stuff is also in Idaho in here as well. I was scrolling through this. I was like, oh, there's Kohberger here. And oh, look, who is that? Is that Chad Daybell? What? Lori's husband? Oh, man. I wonder if he's going to give an unhinged speech at sentencing. But let's be real. They're definitely going to find him guilty. Oof, a lot of stuff. Oh, I don't know who that is. All right, got Kohberger. Done with that. Oh, okay. We're on our next topic. So, how's everyone doing today? How's it going? Your chat shows the emotes. If I do this, it doesn't show it like that. But if I do if I space it out in between, it shows it. Is it just me? Trevizo updates. I was just watching a video about Alexee Trevizo. It was on, I think was it on Long Crime? Yeah, the only update that I've heard so far is the seems like the family, the attorney, they're planning on filing a, what is it called again? Oh, what's it called? Wrongful death lawsuit. Yeah. Seems like they're going to file a wrongful death lawsuit against the hospital, which is, okay. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Yeah. I don't know. I was watching a video about that. But her trial's going to happen. I think they actually have some pre-trial stuff that's happening in September. I don't know if they're going to televise it I don't know if they're going to stream that or not. But they're going to have like some pre-trial thing. And then her case is still, I think, still set for like beginning of 2023. Was it in February, I think? Yeah. Yeah, is it September 11th? I haven't read into my thing, but I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see. I cannot see right now. Oh, man, I worked out yesterday. I did upper body, so I'm like super sore. But other than that, I haven't heard anything about the Trevizo stuff. I think it'll be really interesting, though, to see the text messages between Alexee, her boyfriend, friends, her mom, other family members. It'd be really interesting to see if she acknowledges being pregnant. Because I think right now her defense is saying that, like, she didn't know she was pregnant. It wasn't until she went to the bathroom and she actually gave birth that she realized she was pregnant. And then, she discarded the baby still. But I think they're also saying that it was the hospital's fault, too much morphine, other medication. I don't know, man. I just still can't get out of my head that apparently after she had given birth in the bathroom and discarded her newborn in the trash can, she was still telling her mom that she was a virgin and she was not pregnant. Like, she was still trying to hide it. So let's say she didn't know she was pregnant before, But when she realized she was pregnant and afterwards, I don't know, like all of her actions just show that she knew that she was pregnant. She was trying to hide it from her mom. She was scared of her mom. She didn't want anyone to find out. And yeah, she's a dirty, filthy liar. You know, she was trying to deceive the hospital staff and everyone else. And now it's like, oh, let's blame the hospital. But I don't know, maybe they'll have something. We all know you're a sucker for the Google searches. Okay, so this next one, I was talking about this earlier. So I was watching a video with Dr. Tyler Grant, and he covered this about 2 months ago. And it's about a DUI driver. Sort of reminds me of Stephanie Malgoza, the one that went, her body cam video went like viral. Essentially, it was a woman who was involved in a DUI. She ran over 2 pedestrians, I believe. I don't think they were even in a car. I believe they're just walking back home. And she said things like, I was driving and something hit me. And that reminds me of this other person, Jamie Lee Komorowski, who we're going to cover today. And she also said the same thing. Basically, you know, it like minimizes like what she did, where she was like, I was driving and something hit me. Not that I was driving and I hit something, but no, something hit me. So Jamie Lee Komorowski was arrested. This was like beginning of this year. And she had the alcohol blood level, like it was like 3 times the legal limit. And she ran into a golf cart. The golf cart had a bride, a groom, and then 2 other family members. One was like a 17-year-old. And so the bride was killed. She was, I believe, killed maybe at the scene. I don't know if she was brought to the hospital and then was determined to be dead. I think she was like maybe like dead at the scene, unfortunately. But she was killed. The groom was in critical condition. And it's just so sad. Yeah, just imagine having the best day of your life, you know, 2 families uniting and stuff like that. You know, you exchange vows and you're like exchanging the rings and stuff like that. You're celebrating, friends, family, like everyone that you love is with you. And you're having the best night of your life. You spent so much money on it, so much time planning, and that just gets taken away because you're just riding back on a golf cart, minding your own fucking business, and someone just rams into you because they're driving 3 times the speed limit. They have 3 times the alcohol in their blood, and they're essentially just a moron. They're just driving back and they fucking crash into you. But I feel so bad for the victim's family because if they see the things that she's saying, these jailhouse calls, I would be pissed. I would be so livid. And I would be really sad at the same time. Yeah, like the things that she's like, the why me, why me, why did this happen to me? And yeah, it just shows that she lacks accountability. Only feels sorry for herself. Yeah, so we're gonna listen to, I don't know, I just want to go over the entire case with you guys. So let's start with Jamie Lee Komorowski. She's been charged right now. Her arrest date was in April. No, this is April, right? Yeah, April 28, 2023. So this happened just a couple months ago. Not even a long time ago. In April, she's been charged with DUI/felony driving under the influence, death results. Again, she injured 3 people and she killed 1 person. This is the incident report. I think I already have it loaded in, actually. So we're going to read from the incident reports and some other stuff, and you're going to see what the officers wrote about what happened on the scene, how she reacted, what she was saying, whether or not she cooperated with the police officers, or whether or not she didn't want to, she didn't want to cooperate with them, and she was just drunk and just, I don't know. Yeah, POS attitude. On April 28, 2023, I received notification from FB Dispatch regarding a serious crash with a possible fatality at 10:26 p.m. So the night is still young. I immediately responded to the island of the scene at approximately 1218 East Ashley Avenue. I met with Burke, Halpern, Honeycutt, They gave me a quick rundown about what had transpired prior to my arrival. I observed a golf cart on the side mangled with a Toyota sedan. I walked the crash site, identifying the probable initial crash location, and followed the debris to the final resting point. I spoke with Charleston County Deputy Scruggs, who advised they would assist with photographing and mapping the scene, as well as downloading the vehicle information from the suspect vehicle. I advised them I appreciated the assistance. I also met the Charleston City County officers, who advised they would assist Halpern with the DUI investigation and at-scene help. I asked Halpern to handle the DUI investigation. I asked Honeycutt to handle the initial crash report and evidence collection. DC Burke assisted with photographing the scene. Ortiz assisted Honeycutt with the evidence collection, photographing, and the tow sheets. I asked the fire department to assist with the scene lighting and the cleanup after the mapping and photographing was completed. I requested the coastal chaplaincy, but their response time was well over an hour, so I canceled them. I assisted the coroner's office while they notified the father and other relatives of the decedent. I notified Mayor Goodwin of the situation, so he was aware. All requests and tasks were handled appropriately. After the scene was completed, I responded back to the station, assisted Officer Honeycutt with checking the evidence improperly. Nothing further. I received a call from dispatch in reference to a serious crash with a possible fatality involving a golf cart. Sorry, I think it starts from the bottom up. I might have read from top down. Involving a golf cart and automobile. I arrived at the scene and met with DC Burke and Chief Gilreath. Chief Gilreath requested that I take photos of the scene as well as assist with the evidence collection. I proceeded to do so to the aforementioned, as well as complete a tow sheet for the golf cart that was struck. Moores arrived on scene and took possession of both vehicles. I uploaded all relevant photos in the report and advised Honeycutt on how to proceed with the evidence that was collected. We do have a picture of the golf cart. Do I have a picture of the golf cart? Maybe I don't. Yeah, the photos look pretty bad. The golf cart just looks completely mangled. I think the golf cart was struck by the vehicle. I think the vehicle was going like 60 miles per hour or something like that. All right, so here is the affidavit. All right, if you guys can't see it, I will read it to you. You're good. On April 28 at 10:16 p.m., I responded to 1200 block of East Ashley in reference to a vehicle accident with injuries. Upon arrival, I observed a large crash scene with a golf cart on its side up against a gray Toyota Camry bearing Nevada tag, redacted. I observed multiple victims who were laying throughout the crash site. I established command and started to relay scene information as far as the number of patients, etc. Once all medical care was rendered, which was also rendered to Jamie, and again, Jamie is the driver, who did not have any injuries. I switched hats and started the DUI investigation of the driver, Jamie Komorowski. As I made contact with Jamie, I smelled an odor of alcohol coming from her breath and person. I asked Jamie if she had anything to drink. She stated that she had one beer and a drink with tequila about an hour ago. I also can't believe that, like, how could you think that, like, having one beer and also another drink that had tequila in it, like, how could you think that you're okay to drive? Like, come on now. Seriously. And she looks like a very small person. Like, she doesn't look like a big person or anything like that. She looks kind of petite. I then asked on a scale from 1 to 10 being completely sober and 10 being the most impaired. She stated that she was an 8. Okay, again, 10 being the most impaired. She said she was an 8. So you say that you're an 8, you know that you're drunk as fuck, and you still are driving. It should be noted that she stated on the scene that she was the one who was driving the listed vehicle. Officer Honeycutt overheard this as well. Also, her ID was recovered from Jamie's purse, which is located in the vehicle. Based on the above facts, I requested that Jamie complete field sobriety test, which she strongly refused and became uncooperative on the scene. Also, when Jamie stood up, she was very unsteady on her feet, almost fell down, and I had to help her stand. She was then placed in handcuffs and transported to HQBA room by Officer Honeycutt. Once I got to HQ, I started the 20-minute observation and read Jamie her implied consent rights, which she was also given a copy to read of along. After the observation phase was complete, Jamie refused to provide a breath sample, and her SCDL was seized and attached to the suspension form. South Carolina driver license, I think. No, I feel so bad for her mom because her mom says that, like, anytime when she's out and about and she sees a golf cart, she just thinks about her daughter. And I feel so bad for her because sometimes when you're grieving, you're out and about, you're moving along your day, and you'll see something and it'll just remind you of the person that passed away. Like, that's how I felt with Steve too. I would just be doing something, going on my day or like playing a video game, and something would happen. I'd be like, oh wow, that reminds me of Steve. Oh, Steve used to do this. And like, yeah, I would just get really sad and stuff like that. But like for a mom to lose their daughter, and especially the daughter's like happiest day ever. Daughter was only 34 years old. I think she was like my age. And like, I don't know. That's just so fucking sad. I really do feel so bad for the family. She refused to give a breath sample. Her driver's license was seized, attached to the suspension form. A warrant for 2 vials of blood was drafted, and Judge Martel Morris came to HQ, signed the warrant. Once the warrant was signed, I transported Jamie to MUSC, where a registered nurse drew 2 vials of blood, which was then placed in a sealed biological specimen kit, which will be sent to SLED in Columbia for analysis. Hold on, yeah. Okay. And yeah, catch up on my breathing. Jamie was then medically cleared by MUSC, and I transferred Jamie to Charleston County Jail. Based on the above facts, I find PC to charge Jamie Komorowski with 3 counts of felony DUI resulting with great bodily injury and or death pursuant to South Carolina statute. Is this different? This is the same thing, I think, right? Yeah, this is the same thing. Okay. So reckless vehicular homicide. Here's another affidavit. This is from a different police officer, I think. Or is this the same thing? Oh, no, this is the same thing. This is her toxicology report. So, again, it's at 0.261. Holy shit. She was completely drunk. I don't understand. We live in a day where we have Ubers, we have Lyfts. I just don't understand why not just do that, or like, I don't know, call like a family member or friend or something like that. Or I don't know, ride share with like, I think she was like at a work event or something with coworkers. Like, why not just like ride share with a coworker or something? It like just makes no goddamn sense. Wait, this is the video I was talking about. You guys should watch it. Let's see. Hold on. There was another one. Did I miss it? It was when she was like talking, and was it this one? Oh, no, this is the right one, I think. Okay. I just want to go to like where he talks about. So after she was arrested, she's on the phone with her dad, and this is the part that just like really pisses people off. And it's the part where she's like, "Why me? Why me? Why did this happen to me?" I think she was saying that like she was a good person or something like that. I have this muted.
Unquote. It appears as though Jamie is trying to minimize what happened. People any time in prison because the collision from her 2 months. In the meantime, she planned on learning a new language responsibility for the fatality. She was acting like her own irresponsible behavior was something that happened to her, as opposed to something that she did in a collision. Jamie had a discussion with her parents. She said, quote, "I can't believe this is my life, and my whole life is going to be over," unquote. She continued to complain by saying, quote, "I just can't believe this happened to me. Why me?"
So again, me attitude. Don't care that you killed someone. Don't care that you injured people and you ruined a lot of people's lives. It's just me. What about me? What about me? Well, you're still alive, aren't you?
I'm going to be here for years and years and years and years.
Yeah, that's what happens when you drunk drive and you kill someone.
Unquote. Her father advised her to suck it up and get tough, but Jamie said, "I can't. I want it to be over." Here we see that Jamie is not taking responsibility for the fatality. She was acting like her own irresponsible behavior was something that happened to her, as opposed to something that she did, almost as if she is the real victim. On May 2,
I just can't believe she was trying to play victim, man. Like, I don't know. That's mind-boggling to me. We actually have the actual call, and I do want to listen to you guys. Let me make sure the audio. Hopefully the audio's good.
Paid collect call from
Jamie.
An incarcerated individual at Charleston
That's
County
right there.
Detention Center, SC. This call is not private. It will be recorded and may be monitored. If you believe this should be a private call, please hang up and follow facility instructions to register this number as a private number. To accept charges and consent to this recorded call, press
1. To refuse charges, press 2. Thank you for using.
The calls include conversations from inside the Al Cannon Detention Center that Komorowski made to friends and family after being booked on charges of reckless homicide resulting in death and 3 counts of felony DUI. During one of the first calls Komorowski made from jail, she sounds distraught, screaming, hyperventilating the phone with her father, Charles Komorowski. She apologized profusely that her parents had to drive down from New Jersey and this has happened to her, insisting that she's not a bad person. Her father tells her not to apologize, that it was an accident. Oh!
Securus, you may start the conversation now.
Hello.
Jamie?
Hi.
Hey, honey. Hold on 1 second.
Can you guys hear okay? The audio's not the best, but you should be able to hear most of it.
I don't know how to get back onto speakerphone. I don't want to hang up on you. So I'm going to talk to you like this. Your mom is next to me?
Where are you guys?
Huh?
Where are you?
We're at the hotel in Charleston.
I'm so sorry.
Jamie, listen. There's nothing to be sorry about. It's a tragic accident. You did not do anything on purpose. It was a tragic accident, okay?
She literally got so drunk and chose to drive, which resulted in killing someone. Listen, I understand trying to like help your daughter through this. It's a tough time for her, but you got to also remember what her actions, what she chose to do. This is just wild to me. Like, yes, she didn't mean to kill them, but what do you think happens when you get into a car drunk as fuck and you're driving behind a car that could potentially kill other people? Like, what do you think is going to happen? And it's not like drunk driving is like a new thing that like people are just learning about. Drunk driving has been a thing that's been around for a very long time. They educate you about this in school. They talk about this all the time. This is so like mind-boggling to me and baffling. Like, I get maybe the dad is like under stress as well, and he's just trying to say whatever he can to comfort her. But don't say that it's not her fault. It's like, don't apologize. It was an accident. Like, no, it wasn't an accident. You fucking drove the car and you were drunk as hell. Like, oof.
Hey. All right, you don't need to tell me ever that you're sorry for what happened. You understand?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. You don't need to. You have to go in front of the circuit judge. It's the judge for the whole area. Okay.
And this is just the beginning of the phone call, because I think her having, I don't know, maybe it's like some sort of like enabling behavior by her parents or something, people around her. I don't know. You'll see how she is during the rest of the call, and then you'll see how she is in future calls where it's just like I said, if I was the family members of the victims, I would be super, super fucking livid.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take a while, Jamie. You're going to be there a while, okay? We're doing everything we can, the best of the best.
I am so sorry, and it's just such a bad mistake. I just wish this didn't happen to me. I'm not a bad person, and I never meant to hurt anyone. And I can't believe this is my life. And Evan's going to be gone, and my whole life is going to be over.
Jamie, your life is not going to be over, but it's definitely going to be affected. You understand?
Yeah, I honestly, like, me, and like, she sounds like a fucking child.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
I said, oh my God, I just can't believe this happened to you. Why me, Dad? Why me?
Well, it's because you decided drunk drive. Like, what do you mean, why me? I would understand if it was like, why me? If it was like, it was totally out of her control. Let's say she got in a fucking car. It's a rental car. Maybe it's a rental car. It's a piece of shit. Maybe the brakes weren't working properly. She was driving safely, and there was a golf cart crossing, and she couldn't brake in time, and then she ended up hitting them. So yeah, that's a pretty fucked situation. That's something you don't really have control over. But the fact that she chose to drink so much, get completely fucking wasted, get into a fucking car, instead of calling an Uber, calling a Lyft, calling a friend, calling any fucking one ever in the area, like, you fucking did this to yourself. And the fact that she's like saying, why me? Like, I just don't, I don't know, man. But I can see why she would exhibit this sort of behavior if she has family members saying, like, oh, don't apologize. It was an accident, honey. It's an accident. It's okay. Like, girl.
It's just one of them things, Jamie. One of them things, you know. It just, it just happened, you know. It was a mistake. It was, you know. What's that?
And, like, the father's trying to console her, like, and she's, like, having it just sounds like she's having like little mini temper tantrums. this is a woman who's like 25, 26, by the way. She's born in 1997. Like, if she was, I don't know, 18, 17 years old, okay, you're like still, brain is still developing, you're mentally kind of like dumb and whatever, you know, you're like not fully matured yet, but like, you're like 20 something. Come on now. Like, and you're not early 20s. You're like about to be in your late 20s.
Yeah. Okay.
Stephanie Melgoza?
I'm having a hard time hearing you.
I said okay.
Okay? So listen, you're going to have to get tough. You're going to have to, you're going to have to do what you have to do to, do the best that you can while you're there, okay?
Oh my God, okay. I have to like say goodbye to Evan, my cat.
Don't worry about Evan and the cats and stuff right now. You worry about yourself. You understand?
I don't know why she's worried about her cat and stuff like that. Her family clearly drove all the way from New Jersey down to South Carolina to be there for her. Obviously, they're going to take care of the cat for you.
Okay? Don't. Everybody, it's all taken care of. Everything's good. There's nothing that you can do. And don't worry about anything. Just take care of yourself. Worry about yourself only. Do you understand? Faith is going to take care of the cat. You know that.
I'm just so sorry. I'm just so sorry.
Huh?
I'm so sorry.
Listen, it's at this point now, you can only do exactly what you're doing, okay?
Well, I mean, that's what I expect for a defense to do, right? I expect the defense to go after the family members, the people that were driving the golf cart, and basically say that it was the golf cart people's fault. So I don't know. That wouldn't really go over my head. I feel like the defense is always pulling stuff like that.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna have to get tough, baby. You're gonna have to toughen up. That's not a place for somebody that's not tough. You understand?
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So breathe and hold in. Are they taking care of you?
Yeah.
Yes. Are they being nice to you?
They do have those breathalyzers, but it's only for people who were like previous convicted, people who had like DUIs and DWIs and stuff like that. So I know that like if you had a DWI for like a couple months, maybe a couple years, you have to have like a breathalyzer thing that you breathe into every time you get in the car. Otherwise, it like locks, which is like you would think that adults should know better, but sometimes you just have to give people that.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, you just have to. You're just gonna have to stick it out. You're gonna have to get tough and stick it out, baby. Okay?
Oh my God. I'm gonna be here for like years and years and years.
Listen, we're gonna work on that.
I mean, yeah, if you're there for years and years and years, it's probably well deserved because you allegedly killed someone while you're drunk driving. So
You just get through the first day. Get through the second day. Get through the first week.
Okay,
get
good
through
advice.
The second week. Take it day by day by day.
I can't.
You're gonna have to tough it up, baby.
Dad.
Okay?
I can't. I'm just I want it to be all over.
You have to. It's not going to be over. You can. You have to. You understand? You have to.
yeah, the dad's trying to get the daughter through this.
Understand?
Yes.
You take care of business in there. Okay? I'm counting on you to take care of business. Okay? And take care of yourself. Do you understand?
Okay.
Don't listen. Suck it up. Don't. You're gonna have to. Things are gonna be very difficult. Okay. I'm trying to set up so that we can have video conferencing because no one's allowed to visit at the detention center since COVID started. There is no in-person visits.
I'm so sorry. You guys had to drive all the
You
way
don't need
down
to be
here.
sorry, Jamie. You need to be tough. Okay?
Oh my God. Okay. Okay.
Me and Mom love you more than anything in the world, and we are 150% behind you, and we're going to do everything we can to help you.
Dad.
Did you hear me?
Yes.
So we love you so much, and we are going to do everything we can to help every single thing.
I'm so sorry.
You don't have to tell me you're sorry. Do you understand me?
Tell
I
everyone
know
else
that
I
you're
am.
sorry. I know you.
See, at this point, I was understanding. I was trying to figure out what her mom was going to say. Because her mom is there, too. Is the mom going to say the same thing? Or is the mom going to reprimand her daughter? Like, what is the mom going to say?
Made a mistake. But guess what? It's over, and there's nothing that can be done about it. Now we have to think about today and tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
All right? There we go. Think about today and tomorrow. Think about getting through today. Think about getting through tomorrow. It happened over the weekend. Things are a little, kind of wonky because today is Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Hi, Lynn.
All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Suck it up, girl. You're going to have to get tough in there. Do you believe me?
Yes.
And don't you think anything else. Do you understand?
Okay.
Okay? Don't think any other way. Just get tough and get through it.
Okay.
Mom and I, we're here. We're going to be here for the week at least. And we are doing everything we can. Grandpa and Grandma already said whatever it takes, no matter what, we are going to do the best that we can. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right? All right?
Yes.
Everybody's doing everything they can. Now you have to do everything you can. And that's getting tough and getting through this.
Okay.
I'm okay with most of the things that he's saying to his daughter, just to get through it, take it day by day, whatever. But the fact that, like, I don't know, I still can't go over the part where he was like, oh, you don't need to apologize. It was an accident. Like, it was just an accident. Like, mistake. Yes, it was a mistake. It was a very horrible mistake. But it's like, oh, it's okay. It was just an accident. It was just an accident. Like,
All right?
Yes.
There we go. That's better.
Yeah, she's in her, like, almost late 20s during this call.
That's better.
I think 25 or 26.
And it's only the first day or two, so things are like crazy in your mind. Just try to relax your mind and tough it out, baby. You got to get tough and tough it out. Don't go soft on me now.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right. Don't worry about anything. I have everything taken care of. All right?
Okay.
Your cats are taken care of. Evan's just fine. He feels horrible. But don't worry about him. You worry about yourself. Don't
Oh, maybe Evan's her boyfriend.
think about anything about it except for yourself. Just take care of yourself.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Now, I don't know how many times you can call. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Is there anybody that you can start talking to about stuff like that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Start talking to them. Make sure somehow remember what they're telling you. If they're telling you things that you can and cannot do, you have to remember so that we can talk to you as many times as we can. Right?
Okay, Daddy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for the trial to happen because we don't have that information yet. We don't have information on whether or not what are the rules with the golf carts in that area, if they're allowed in certain areas, maybe on the road, certain times and stuff like that. Like, I don't have access to that information yet, so I'm kind of reserved on that judgment. And then in terms of, like, I don't know how fast, like, the golf cart people, how fast they were driving, I don't know. But the fact that she was still drunk driving, she was over 3 times the legal limit, and she was speeding times 3 the speed limit also, and she crashed into them and led to one of them dying. Like, you still did it, Because I think, take for example, like if you have someone that's there when they're not supposed to be, like let's say you have like an underage driver, right? You have like a 15-year-old stole like mom's car, took it out for a joyride, but then if they get into an accident with a drunk driver and the drunk driver killed the teen, even though they weren't supposed to be driving and they didn't have a driver's license, I think the drunk driver would still be responsible for it, even though the other party was, breaking the rules or whatever. You're still drunk driving, you still crash into someone, and you still fucking killed them.
Where are you at right now?
I'm in a cell.
I can't hear you.
I'm in a cell. Like,
Oh, yeah. So KK, yeah, I'll explain it to you. So we have the one party. They were coming from a wedding. It was their wedding. A bride, groom, and 2 other family members. They were in the golf cart. We don't know how fast they were driving. They could just been driving normally, and they were just coming back from celebrating, done with the reception stuff, right? And then we have another party who is the person that we're listening to right now in the Jailhouse calls. And she was driving in a regular vehicle, not in a golf cart. Regular vehicle. She was going ×3 the speed limit. She had ×3 the legal alcohol limit as well. And she essentially crashed into the golf cart. But you'll hear later on, I forgot where she says this. She was like, I think it was in the police report where she said that she was driving and something hit me. Not, I was driving and I hit something. No, I was driving and something hit me, which I think is very interesting because Stephanie Malgoza is the same thing. She said, I was just driving and something hit me. Okay, as if that's going to alleviate any responsibilities that you had.
the medical unit.
Okay, that's the best place for you right now, right?
Mhm.
And how did you get a phone?
They gave me this iPad.
You have an iPad.
Tablet
How
thing,
often
yeah.
do you use it?
Not sure.
All right, these are the things you're going to have to find out, what the rules are with that iPad. You understand?
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know how many times you get the call, okay?
Okay.
We don't know how many times we're going to get the video conference, okay?
Okay.
I don't know, man. She just sounds like a
These are the
petulant
things we're
child
gonna
to
need
me.
to find out so that we we do everything properly and we don't.
I'm not really quite sure about the iPad thing too. Maybe that's like normal thing, like you're given an iPad so you can FaceTime people or something. I don't know. But she's in a detention center, so probably definitely way more lax than being in like an actual jail.
End up using up your phone calls all real quick.
Are you in
and
South
then we
Carolina,
don't get to
Lynn?
talk to each other, okay?
Okay.
Now that iPad is going to be used for video conferencing, so take care of that, then. Okay? You take care of that iPad.
I will.
Okay?
Yeah.
Oh, Myrtle Beach,
All
beautiful
right.
area.
You take care of that. Remember, you have like 9.
Are you familiar with this area then, where they had the wedding? This is in like Charleston County. I don't know how far away it is. They all have them. So the prison inmates. Really?
$55 in the commissary and in your account.
What happened to just giving a person a good
So,
old book?
you know,
I'm
maybe
going to
somebody
be here
gets
for
it.
a long
Huh?
time. I'm going to be here for a long, long time.
Jamie, you are going to be there for a while. I'm not going to lie to you. Lying
Like
to each
10
other
years.
is not going to help, right?
Like 10 years.
Huh?
Like 10 years.
We are going to work that. Don't you worry. It's not going to be that. I'm going to do everything to shorten the stay. Do you get it?
Okay.
All right?
What's with the screeches? Does she have Tourette's? My initial reaction was just that she just throwing some like mini temper tantrums. I don't know. Like her dad is trying to console her, and she's just kind of like, she just can't really control herself, and she just
Okay.
You know?
But she might. I
You
don't know.
think
I don't know
right
enough
now
information on that.
You just think about being there for the next month, okay?
I think they're still together, aerodynamic.
We'll deal with the following month that month, okay?
Oh God, okay. Yep, I'm going to be here forever.
Listen, you're not. Dude, just worry about this month, okay? Worry about this month. Worry about today. Worry about this week, okay? We will work on the rest, okay?
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Don't give up hope. Do not give up hope. Do not give up on yourself.
Okay.
Okay? You're going to be
All right.
okay. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be hard. I'm not.
Google Maps Loggerheads Bar on Folly where they were and see the roads. They're tiny and packed. That's actually a really good idea. Here, I got it up. Oh, wow. Oh, so like this little area right here. Oh God, can the ads go away? Can you fuck off, ads? So East Ashley Avenue. Oh, Taco Boy. I think that's where she got the job, right? So it's like a little beach town city. And then where was the wedding reception at? Do you know? Oh yeah. Let me drag my little person here. East Ashley Avenue. Where's Ashley at? Ashley's like over here, right? Oh my God, they are tiny little roads. Dude, she was going 60 plus miles on here. What was the exact speed limit again? It was like, what, 60? 63? Sorry, let me drag my little dude here again. Holy shit. Tiny block system, yeah, Taco Boy. Yeah, Beach City, so cute, you have to go. I have to check it out. Dude, she was going, there's like crosswalks. There's like crosswalks everywhere. This is East Ashley, by the way. Do you know what's the intersection where the crash happened? You can't drive fast at all. Oh my God. To think anything over 30 is wild. Okay, this is what I was picturing in my head. I'm so glad that you mentioned the Google Map thing. I thought it was like out in the middle of the woods, you know, maybe like a little bit secluded. It's in the middle of the woods. You probably have to worry about deers popping in sometimes, but like it's like a straight shooter road. No one's around, no restaurants around, and maybe they just have like a wedding venue that's just like out there in the middle of nowhere. I thought it was out in the middle of nowhere. But to see this, tiny little roads, 2 lanes, there's like a bunch of crosswalks, and yeah, how the fuck was she going 60 miles an hour? She was for sure going to injure someone or even kill someone else if it wasn't people who were driving the golf cart. Jesus. Hi, Queen. How are you doing today? Yeah, I know like some people thought that like maybe it might be like, you know, because the family's known to lie. I really hope they wouldn't lie about something like that. It's just kind of a terrible thing to lie about. But I don't know, with social media and some crazy families nowadays, you never know. But yeah, I don't know. I'll sit around and wait to see if there's any developing news or anything like that. I think my dog just moved the camera. But hi, Queen. How are you doing today? How's it going? Yeah, aerodynamic. Dude, I go to that intersection every fucking time. They said that, do you guys remember the nurse who killed 6 people in a speeding accident? Yeah, I think she's claiming that she had like some sort of like what did she say again? There was an update about that. That was wild. She was going super fast, but it is kind of downhill. That intersection is kind of fucked anyways. I think it's like originally where you're coming from, you can speed, but then like it comes to like a slow stop, and then like you're supposed to like, yeah, you're supposed to slow down before you get to the intersection. But I think she said it was some sort of like a medical condition or something like that, right? Yeah, I think that's still pending. Oh, sorry, you're saying street lamps. Oh, I wonder if we could do like a night view. Okay, so I don't know exactly where the crash happened. I'm sure I can get that information. Let me see. Let's see. Incident. Is there address? Incident type. 1218 East Ashley Avenue. All right, give me a second. Let me pull it up really quick. Oh, sorry. Oh my God, I still have her face on here. 1216 East Ashley Avenue. Let's see. I'm gonna put my little tiny person there. Okay, so this one here looks a little bit more residential. Give me a second. 1216 to 1218 East Ashley Avenue. Okay. All right, so this part is a little bit different. Sorry, I'm gonna move her. More residential area. Still though, tiny road, 1 lane each way. Got some family members there just biking. Oh, hey guys. Yeah, so it happened like right around here. Right around here. I mean, honestly, if you were a driver going down this road, you wouldn't want to be going fast anyways because it's looking kind of dark. But this is from July 2019, though. I don't know if there's been any developments. It's been like 4 years. It happened like right there, dude. Yeah, like right around here. Jesus. Oh, that's right. Because I remember in the report. Oh, you know, I do have the police report. I don't know where it is. And did I lose it? In one of the reports, they did mention that there were residents that came out of their houses to try to help and assist the scene. Yeah, because they must have heard it. Oh, man. Do I have it on here? Cases. All right. I hate it when I have like all of my tabs and like one of them just disappears. And I don't remember where I got it from. Sometimes I have to like dig through like other like news sites to get there. Oh wait, actually, hold on. Did Law and Crime have it? I think Law and Crime had everything. Oh, I love Law and Crime. Law and Crime. What's her name again? Jamie Komorowski. You can golf cart from one end to the island to the other. Exactly. It's so small. May 11th. This one? Man, so sad. Every time I see the pictures of the bride with the groom and they're like, I don't know, so sad. Because I think that's when they're about to leave the wedding party or something. They're like walking down this aisle and there's like, their guests are holding up the firecrackers and stuff. Probable cause affidavit. Did I read this yet? Yeah, I read this already. Oh, oops. There was a whole other page that I forgot to read. I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot to read this whole entire page. Okay. I did not read this. We'll come back to the jailhouse calls. Let me read this really quick. Jesus. This is what I was looking for. I was like, I could have sworn I had another whole nother thing. Okay, so on April 28, 2023, at 10:16, I, Sergeant Halpern, responded to 1200 block of East Ashley Avenue in reference to a vehicle accident with injuries. Upon arrival, I observed a large crash scene with a golf cart on its side against a gray Toyota Camry bearing redacted. I observed multiple victims who were laying throughout the crash site. I established command and started to relay scene information as far as the number of patients, etc. As I triaged with the patients, I located Samantha Hutchinson, who was not breathing and no pulse. So Samantha Hutchinson, again, is the bride. It seems that she was, she died at the scene. All the other patients were semi-conscious, so I focused life-saving measures on Samantha. Officer Honeycutt started CPR as I grabbed my issue AED and connected it to Samantha. After a few moments, paramedic Seth Croucher arrived at the scene and called Samantha the deceased on scene. I then assisted fire and EMS with the other patients. Oh my God, it's so sad. Once all medical care was rendered, which was also rendered to Jamie, who did not have any injuries, I switched hats and started the DUI investigation with the driver, Jamie Komorowski. As I made contact with Jamie, I smelled an odor of alcohol coming from her breath in person. I asked Jamie to remember what happened. She stated, I was driving, and then all of a sudden, something hit me. I then asked her, which way were you going? She stated, towards my house. It should be noted that Jamie was traveling eastbound on East Ashley Avenue, which is dead end at redacted. So she was going eastbound? Shoot, how do I do this view? How do I go back to the other view? Oh no, we messed that up. So she was going eastbound. So it's like a dead end up here. Gotcha. Okay. All right, so she was going east, and they're saying there was a dead end on the other side. Sorry, I wish I read this earlier. I don't know why I missed this one. Jamie's house was in the opposite direction. I asked Jamie if she had anything to drink tonight. She stated, nope. Oh, I had 2 drinks, 1 beer and a drink. I asked, what drink? She stated an alcoholic beverage, like a tequila pineapple an hour or so ago. I asked Jamie on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the most impaired, intoxicated you've ever been, where would you say you're at now? It should be noted that the scene was loud with fire trucks, EMS lawyers, EMS vehicles, and I heard very faintly Jamie mumble something quickly that I heard as 8. And then she said, I would like a lawyer. So I wonder if she misheard the officer. Maybe she thought the officer said, hey, with 1 being the most drunk and 10 being the least drunk. And that's why she said 8 or something. At that point, I moved into checking Jamie's eyes because as I was speaking to her, I noticed her pupils were very large. I wanted to make sure I was seeing this correctly so that I could have a DRE expert respond and assisted me if what I was seeing was correct. It should be noted that the city of Charleston Zach did respond to the scene and did assisted me later on with the DRE screening. DRE. Oh, is it like drugs? DRE screening. What is that? It says digital rectal exam. I don't think that's right. Is it? No, it's for prostate cancer. What is DRE? What is DRE screening? Hi, An. How are you doing today? Hello. How's it going? How many people were hurt? The bride was deceased at the scene. The groom was severely injured, and then there's 2 others that were injured as well. What the heck is DRE? I don't know. You guys, if you guys find out what DRE is, let me know. When I said, I want you to look at this pen, Jamie put her head down so I could not look at her eyes and said she wanted her boyfriend to pick. She thought she was going to leave. Are you serious? She wanted her boyfriend to pick her up. I asked her if I can check your eyes. She stated no. Due to Jamie refusing to perform any field sobriety test, I assisted Jamie to stand up so I could see if she was steady or unsteady in her feet, which is another sign of impairment. When she stood up, I was holding her left arm with my right hand, and she almost fell by losing her footing. And once she regained her footing, I let go and she was swaying slightly. I asked how she felt, and she stated she was fine. At that point, I placed Jamie under arrest by placing her in handcuffs. I explained why she was under arrest while doing this. The handcuffs were checked for tightness and double locked. While searching Jamie at the front of my patrol car, she started to become very agitated by raising her voice, and every once in a while, she would start to tense up and pull away. Also, engine 1102 was backing right next to the front of my car and it was very difficult to hear or even talk to Jamie at that point. Due to her getting more agitated by the second and the loud noise from engine 1102, I determined that she needed to be placed in my backseat of my patrol vehicle for her safety and all on the scene. When I sat her down in my car, Jamie refused to place her feet, oh my God, inside. She kept asking why she was being arrested. God, these people are they just all the fucking same or something? Her, Stephanie Malgoza. And I told her again at least 3 times. I then removed Jamie from my car and put her in the back of Officer Honeycutt's vehicle. When she sat on the back of Officer Honeycutt's car, she again refused to get in by not placing her feet into the car. Okay, again, making things difficult. She was pulled into the vehicle by Officer Honeycutt. It should be noted that when I attempted to place her in the backseat of my patrol vehicle and Officer Honeycutt's vehicle, she kept asking why she was being placed under arrest after I had already told Jamie numerous times. This is clear. A clear indication of someone who is intoxicated is to repeat over and over after their question has already been answered. Once she was placed in the back seat of Officer Honeycutt's vehicle, Jamie was transported to HQ BA room by Officer Honeycutt. Once I got to HQ, I started the 20-minute observation phase alongside the BA room and read Jamie her implied consent rights, which she was given a copy of to read along. The copy was placed on James' lap where she would have no problem reading along. After the observation phase was complete, Jamie refused to provide a breath sample, even after I explained to Jamie that I could not force her to give a breath sample, but this was her opportunity to prove that she was not intoxicated if she truly believes. I also explained that by not providing a breath sample, her driver's license will be suspended, but Jamie still refused and wanted to just call her father and her boyfriend. I then seized her South Carolina driver's license attached to the suspension form. A warrant for 2 vials of blood was drafted, and Judge Martel Morris had to come all the way down to HQ and sign the warrant. Once the warrant was signed, I transported Jamie to MUSC, where RN performed the blood draw via the 2 vials of blood, which was then placed in a sealed biological specimen kit, which will be sent to SLED in Columbia, South Carolina for analysis. Lots of redactions here, and I transported Jamie to Charleston County Jail, where she was booked in. Lots of redactions. Why is it so redacted like this? Oh, is it because the address? It should be noted that during the investigation, I was informed that Charleston County Sheriff's Office traffic unit was able to download the vehicle information from the Toyota. Ooh, that's how they knew how fast she was going. The information that was gathered was that at the point of impact, the vehicle was traveling 65 miles per hour with an exclamation point. The speed limit for East Ashley is 25 to 40 over the posted speed limit. It should be noted that staff at MUSC gave an update and stated that 2 patients that were brought in from the crash scene had critical injuries and 1 might not make it through the night. Oh, I wonder if that was the groom. There were pictures of the groom, and yeah, he looked like he was in really bad condition. Based off the above facts, I find PC to charge Jamie Komorowski with 3 counts of felony DUI resulting in great bodily injury or death pursuant to SC statute. Also 1 count of vehicular homicide pursuant to South Carolina statute. I have drafted warrants for these listed charges, which were signed on 4/9 in front of DC Burke at Bond Court. Jesus. Hey, Nacho. I saw you earlier. Hello, hello. Oh, drug recognition expert. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I googled DRE and we got like, what did we get? Digital rectal exam or something? How many years is she facing? I don't know. I'm sure we can look it up. I'm sure. Oh, we're gonna listen to the bond hearing. I'm sure maybe we'll talk about it then. Maybe. But we're still in the very beginning stages of her trial stuff. So, shit. What were we doing now? I lost my. So I went back and read that. We're listening to the jailhouse calls. Okay, sorry. Back to the jailhouse calls.
I'm not lying here. It's going to be really hard, but you can do this, and you have to take care of yourself.
Okay.
And we are going to do everything we can to help you the best that we can.
Okay, Daddy.
All right? We're getting the best lawyer there is in all of Charleston. The best.
No, she was driving a regular
Okay.
vehicle. The other party, they were driving in a golf cart, the one with the bride and the groom. But this person on my screen right there, she was driving a regular ass vehicle.
They're going to take you to the circuit court judge, and they're going to get you a bond, okay? But that takes time. Understand?
Yeah.
So you have to suck it up, and you have to get through this until we can get some of this stuff behind us.
Okay.
I'm going to forward to where her mom gets on the phone.
All right, talk to Mom.
Oh, yeah, the dad does break down and he's like crying a little bit, so that is pretty sad.
All right, then that's good. That's good. So you want to try to talk to Mom?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to hand her the phone. It's very hard to hear you, Jamie. Try to speak to the speaker or something, you know what I mean, or the microphone.
Okay.
It's very hard to hear you.
Is that
Okay,
better?
here's your mom. Hey, listen, I love you very much, Jamie, okay?
I love you. I love you too, Daddy.
And we're going to do everything, okay?
Okay, Dad.
All right, talk to Mom. I love you, baby.
I love you.
Jamie.
Hi, Mama.
Jamie. Hi,
Hi.
baby.
Hi,
I
Mommy.
wish I could hold you, honey. I'm sorry. I can't hold you.
You have 1 minute left.
Jamie,
Yeah.
you're hanging there. Be strong, okay, baby?
Mommy, I'm so sorry.
You don't have to be sorry, baby. It's an accident, okay?
No, that's the thing. She has to be sorry. She needs to be sorry. Like, please, don't enable this type of behavior. It's like, we know, like, I think the response should be like, we know you're sorry. We know you're sorry. Like, we know you're sorry. Like, it's a mistake. I guess you can say that. But, like,
I love you, Jamie. I love you to death. It doesn't matter. Okay? Okay?
Okay, Mama.
Everybody's loving you, baby, okay?
Hey, Mama.
You be good, okay, baby? Just try to do your best, okay? Know that we're here for you, okay?
Okay.
They're going to click us and you call us whenever you can, okay?
Okay, Mama.
All right, be strong, baby, okay?
Okay, you and Daddy be strong too, okay?
We love you so much, Jamie, and we're going to do the best we can, okay?
all right, so that's one of the first calls. This is one with, I guess her boyfriend. So at this point, maybe that she's making use of the actually, I don't know. There's like a phone right there. Is she using the iPad or what is she using over here? So I think is this the call that she's got a lot of shit for? Or maybe this one. There's one call that she makes where it sounds like she believes she's getting out and that she's getting special treatment and that she thinks she's going to be fine. And I'm just rolling my eyes so hard.
At Docs Health, care meets convenience. So, whether it's board-certified orthopedic care, robotic joint replacement,
You have to, like, my dad said for you not to, like, talk to anyone about, like, this or anything, but the deputy sheriff, like, whatever, like, the head person of Charleston County, I met with her today, and she's, like, trying to help me out.
And, like, I don't know, just, like, the look in her eyes when she's saying, like, she's trying to help me out, like, I got that exclusive act. I don't know, it's just like, oh, like,
That's good.
And she, like, is like, you don't need, like, I don't want you in here, like, you should be with your family, like, blah, blah, blah. So that's, like, really good.
That is good. Yeah.
So then I can hopefully be home sooner.
Yeah, that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any word? Did you have like your bond hearing yet, or no?
No, that's what I'm waiting for. I have to wait for that to like get out, basically. But like, she's the head deputy, whatever.
So the bond hearing is what happened a couple of days ago, and it's kind of interesting because from what I remember, it sounds like she really thought that she was going to be able to go home.
She was really nice too. I think her name is Kirsten DeMontes or something. But she's really nice, and I think she's gonna help me.
That's good. Aren't you supposed to have the bond thing on like Tuesday or Wednesday?
No, that's when I talk to my lawyer.
Oh, that's when you talk to your lawyer.
Yeah, I'm talking to my lawyer, I think Wednesday, for like the first time in person. And, yeah.
That's good.
¿Sabías que estuvimos a punto?
Bro, she's like, don't tell anyone, okay? But like, here she is, like, I don't know, man. I guess people just don't watch true crime, I guess. Yeah, this was their GoFundMe page that was created a couple months back. It has pictures of the groom, and in the police report, I think it mentioned, in the police report it mentioned that like one was in critical condition, they may not make it, but I'm so glad that he at least made it. But yeah, you can tell that like the injuries are so extensive. I'm not sure if this is the other two maybe, or this might just be him again. Yeah, I can read a little bit about it. Hi, my name is Annette Hutchinson. I'm the mother of Eric Hutchinson, the groom. Eric lost the love of his life when my new daughter-in-law, Samantha Sam Hutchinson, was tragically killed by a drunk driver moments after the picture. Oh no, this happened right after this. That's so sad. You know, when you're grieving and you're dealing with death that you think is preventable, one of the most toxic things that you can do to yourself, and I do that to myself too, is like when you obsess over all the things you could have done differently to have changed the outcome of the night. Like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. Or like, what if I just held on to her for a second longer and then she wouldn't have been, she would have missed the drunk driver. Like, I don't know. I just feel so bad for all these people because I know these thoughts like just poison your mind, where it's like, oh, I wish I did this, I wish I did that. And it's not your fault at the end of the day, because who the fuck would have known that this would have happened, right? But man, I feel so sad because like the picture was taken moments before the accident happened. Sam was tragically killed by a drunk driver moments after the picture above while leaving her wedding reception on April 28th in Folly Beach, South Carolina. My son is now in critical condition. My son-in-law, Benjamin Garrett, and grandson, Brogan Garrett from Morgan, Utah, were escorting the couple from the reception in the golf cart when they were struck from behind by a drunk driver traveling 65 miles an hour in a 25 mile per hour zone. Again, what the other chick said, she said that she was driving and something hit her. The golf cart was thrown over 100 yards and rolled several times. Sam died from injuries. Eric's in serious condition and has had one of two reconstruction surgeries, numerous broken bones, and a brain injury. He will have a long recovery. Ben and Brogan were also injured, Ben seriously. So I did look at the updates. He's on like a pretty good road to recovery, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's just so sad. This is like something that's like so, it's just so traumatic, just for fucking everyone. Yeah, she literally did that in her wedding gown. Oh, yeah, poor Sam. All right, back to Miss Drama Queen here. Jamie talks about to her father about life outside of jail. Let's see.
So my number one tip for small business owners
is Alibaba.com.
Alibaba?
Alibaba.com.
There are over
Alibaba? What?
So, how are you?
Good.
How's Josie?
She's good.
I heard you got some special shampoos and stuff.
Yeah. Everybody wants to use my shampoo and conditioner.
I heard that went over real big. Good.
So that was good. Today, what did we do today? Oh, today we did, I did a social experiment.
What did you do?
Sorry, the audio is like pretty low. I don't know if I can boost the audio of this. Can I? Maybe.
Red, orange. I did like a social experiment with me and Josie. I wrote down red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. And for each color, I wrote down the first 3 things that came to my head, and then I made her do the same thing.
Okay.
So that was the science that we did today.
And how did it work out?
It was good. We had some different answers. It was funny.
All right.
Actually, I haven't heard of this one yet.
Keeps your time busy, right?
I wrote down a list of things I want to do, like things I eventually want to do. Like I want to travel to all 50 states.
Okay.
Paragliding. I said I want to hike the Appalachian Trail.
How far?
See, I don't know if I would do the whole thing. If you do the
Well,
whole
you
thing,
consider it's about 1,000 miles.
It's supposed to take, I think, you're supposed to start, it's supposed to take like, I think 6 months or something. You're supposed to start in like...
Georgia.
You're supposed to start...
In Georgia and walk to Maine.
In Georgia around end of winter.
Alright, this is short. It's about to be over.
Because
This is not the call I want to listen to.
Spring, summer, and then you end at the top in
This
fall.
one.
And like in May and fall.
That's in Maine. It cuts through New Jersey. I've seen it.
Yeah. So
I saw people walking on it.
Yeah, there's some people that walk the entire thing. I don't know. Maybe I would start off easy and just do like maybe.
Yeah, maybe you go to the Watchung Reservation and walk around the lake first. That for a start.
And then I want to do a road trip down the PCW highway.
The what? Oh, Pacific Coast Highway? Okay, all right. All right, well that's like the bucket list, right?
You know, I'm sure the bride had a bucket list too that she obviously would never get to do any of those things.
On the tablet, and it's just like inspiring stories and like people who've been like, you know, in hard times and just stories about their lives and just inspiration and stuff. So that was good. I found that. I was reading that on my tablet.
¿Sabías que estuvimos a...
I wonder if those are inspiration stories of people who also like committed the same degree of crime that she did. But okay. Actually, this is the joke one that I wanted to listen to. Let me see if I can find it. Vinay?
Accused of drunk driving and killing Samantha Miller. This is her with her father. Take a listen.
How are you?
I'm good.
Hi, Tam.
Okay. Better than...
Yeah, it's just it's CJ's birthday, and...
Well, let me tell you something. He ain't doing anyway. He ain't missing nothing.
Yeah, but I love him, and it just makes me think of everyone.
I know. Well, I'm here, and guess what? They ain't doing nothing. They don't want to do nothing.
Well, I spoke with the lawyers today.
I know. How do you like them?
I like them.
They're top notch. They're hot to chop.
They seem really good.
Who?
They seem really good.
They are really good. At the same time, we can't be doing any better than what we're doing. We got the best team to help you. Right?
I still just don't know why this had to happen to me.
Because bad things happen to good people, honey.
Oh my God, I can't with this. I was like, maybe the dad just said that initially and it was just a one-off thing, but bro, no, this is like, oh God, no, honey, you're a good person. Bad things just happen to you because you're a good person. She's like, I don't know why this happens to me. Like, I could just see the childhood, the raising her like as a fucking kid to adulthood. Like, it's no fucking wonder that she's not taking any accountability. Like this. Like, oh my God. The other things that the dad was saying, I think was fine, completely fine. But this is what I'm going to be really nitpicky with.
Right?
I still just don't know why this had to happen to me.
Because bad things happen to good people, honey. That's why. It's just fate. It's just something that happened to you, and we are going to deal with it the best we can. Okay? And it's life altering. You're going to, experience stuff that you never thought of, and when it's all over and done with, and everything is finished, you're going to be a better person.
Then what if they send me away for a really long time?
Well, we're trying to avoid that, aren't we? We cannot do anything more than what we're doing. You know what they said about your attorneys, right?
What?
They said the family must be mafia to hire them people. The other thing
I didn't say that.
I swear to God.
I just want to hug you guys so bad.
So do I, Jamie. So does your mom. Okay? And
to be honest, I find it weird how in America almost anything gets made public, like these private phone calls. These are not really considered private phone calls. We have like the Freedom of Information Act, where if you request information, they'll give it to you. So like same thing with like anything regarding like criminal stuff, proceedings and stuff like that. You can get like the body cam footages. You can get the jailhouse calls. That's why like Murdoch is like pretty much careful in the jailhouse calls, except that one time when he reprimanded Jim. But that should have made public though, because that was with an attorney. That was kind of a weird one. But yeah, these calls get released, man. You can request for them.
As soon as it is possible, we will be hugging you.
Some of those lines, get your blood boiling, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why did this have to happen to me?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Vinny, thank you.
No. Turn that over, turn that around. Here she is now with her boyfriend.
The deputy sheriff, like the head person of Charleston County, I met with her today. And she's like trying to help me out.
That's good.
And she is like, you don't need, I don't want you in here, you should be with your family, blah, blah, blah. So that's really good.
Oh, that's one that we heard earlier.
That is good.
Hi, Jeannie. How are you doing today?
Yeah.
So then I can hopefully be home sooner. She's the head deputy, whatever. She was really nice too. I think her name is Kirsten DeMontes or something. But she's really nice, and I think she's gonna help me. So I think things are looking up.
I think it's just like I understand the dad wanting to console her, but the fact that she keeps saying, why me? Why is this happening to me? Instead of why it happened to you. You chose what you did that night and you chose to drunk drive, right? And for the dad to respond oh, it's okay, honey, it's an accident. You're a good person. Bad things happen to good people, blah, blah, blah. The fact that she's saying, why me, kind of gives insight to how she was probably most likely raised when she was growing up. Maybe they enabled her a lot. I know this a lot of, it's a lot we're just going off little clippets, but the fact that she's saying why me, I don't know. I think that just speaks a lot to her upbringing and shit. Just no accountability, and you caused all this shit. You killed someone. It's not just oh, I got into a really bad car accident and it fucked the other person's car up. No, you actually killed someone. You ruined a person's a bunch of people's day, and you probably ruined their fucking lives forever. So the reason why I'm commenting on the dad is because, well, it's what the daughter's saying and his response to it.
Things are looking up. Something similar happened, I guess, like to someone that she knew personally, and so she like related to the story, and like she like was just like really relating to me, and she just seemed really like sincere, and like she really wants to help, and like so I'm really happy. And she also is the one that got my mom and dad able to like visit me like in person.
So obviously that little part makes the sheriff look not great, right? Because he's been, released publicly.
And if she thinks she's getting special treatment and like, oh my God, like, ugh.
Locally as well. So here's a statement from the Charleston County Sheriff's Office. Sheriff Graziano is in the agency's detention centers often, and is also not unusual for her to visit jail residents. Komorowski is not an exception, and the sheriff met with her one time and had brief in-person contact with her a second time to introduce her to CCSO Mental Health Director William Malcolm, whose responsibility involves visiting detention center residents to ensure various needs are met. The sheriff does not have a special relationship with Komorowski's attorney. It is a professional relationship.
Yep,
what has been surmised by some from the Komorowski's video calls is not accurate in regard to any sort of special treatment. Some may think the situation is special, but it is not. Let's bring back in our think tank.
Like, if she was saying that, like, I think it's different when she's saying, why me, why is this happening to me? Versus, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. Like, I can't believe, like, I did this. Like, I can't believe this is happening. And he's, like, consoling her. Like, oh, honey, you're, like, a good person. You made a mistake, whatever. I think that's completely different. But for her to say, like, why me? Like, me. Like, during the jailhouse calls, like, you don't, the ones that at least that they put out so far, like the first one, I think is a huge one because like she only cared about her. You don't hear her talking about the other people that she hit, the bride and other, people like that. And even looking at the police reports where the police responded and she was just like, oh, I was driving and something hit me. It's just like all this lack of accountability. It's just like, I mean, that's on the fucking parents. I know at some point, when your kids turn 18 and everything they do, it's all on the fucking kid at that point, but the foundation is still there. And the foundation is that she doesn't seem like the type of person who takes accountability for something as heinous as this. And that's where people are just really disgusted with her.
Judge Gail Byers, Randy Kessler, Bernard Villalona. All right, Judge, let's start here. Do you think there's any special treatment going on here for this defense?
Yeah, for sure. My parents definitely let me know when I fucked up. Sometimes a little too much.
Isn't it?
So, Vinny, here's what I would say. Even if there is no special treatment being provided to this defendant, which certainly the videos seem to suggest otherwise.
Okay, I don't think I want to watch this part. But this is on Court TV if you guys want to watch it. Let me get back to... So right now, the husband is also filing the groom, he's filing a lawsuit as well against Jamie Lee Komorowski, and I guess against the bars that were in that area. So the reason why I want to read that lawsuit is because they were able to find out all the areas that she went around like bar hopping that night. Let's see. Lawsuit. Yeah, here's a lawsuit right here. Oh, actually, I do want to read this though. Let me go with the lawsuit first and we'll read the other one. All right, so this is the lawsuit from the groom. 1. April 8, 2023 was supposed to be the happiest day of Samantha, Sam, and Eric's lives. Earlier that week, their friends and families have arrived in Charleston for the week of wedding festivities to celebrate Sam and Eric, their love, and the beginning of their next stage of life together as husband and wife. Number 2, the week culminated with Sam and Eric's marriage on April 28th on 2023 on Folly Beach. The day was perfect. The wedding went off better than either of them could have imagined. Photos from the wedding depict the newlyweds exactly as they were, madly in love. Smiling from ear to ear, filled with all hope and promise of what would have been truly a beautiful life together. Pictured below is a happy couple. Number 3, unbeknownst to Sam, Eric, and their wedding party, Jamie Komorowski and the other defendants were creating a different kind of day, one that would set in motion a course of events, ultimately transforming a fairy tale love story into the fateful night of an unspeaking tragedy. Number 4, February 28, 2023. Jamie Komorowski set off on a booze-filled day of bar hopping. This was not just an ordinary day of drinking, though. By the time her blood was drawn while in police custody at the end of the night, Jamie Komorowski was so intoxicated that her blood alcohol content was at least 0.261. More than 3 times the legal limit. Number 5, on April 28, 2023, Jamie Komorowski visited several bars where she was served and consumed copious amounts of alcohol. Number 6, Jamie Komorowski began at El Gallo Bar and Grill, located on 2601 Clements Ferry Road near Daniel Island. From there, she made her way to Folly Beach, where she began bar hopping down to... Oh, should I Google map this out, actually? I wonder how far all the other places were. What is this called? El Gallo Bar and Grill. How far is that from the other place? Oh, that's like not even... What? That looks kind of far, actually. And then she made her way to Folly Beach. The drop-in. Folly Beach. And then... What is that? Oh, that's a 40-minute drive. Wait, she drove 40. Maybe by that time she wasn't like super drunk yet. I don't know. I couldn't calculate. Why? The drop in. Folly Beach. Calculate. Why couldn't it calculate? It ain't working. The drop in. The drop in. What's the address for that? Folly Beach. Maybe the address is funky. Why it's not working? How about now? I don't know. It's not working. Why? Okay, we won't do that one. The Crab Shack. Folly Beach. What about that? I don't... Why isn't it working? Am I just doing this wrong? The hell? Why no work? Sorry, we cannot calculate the transit directions from blah, 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 blah to blah, 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 blah. Why not? Okay, Folly Beach. How about that? Is it because this address is not legit or something? Is my Google Maps not working? Oh, transit, driving, duh. Is it because it's not... Okay, how about this? What was it called again? The drop-in. There you go. I think I had it on transit. That's why it wouldn't work. There you go. At a destination. Crab Shack. Folly Beach. There we go. Is that the one? Oh, Gallo 2601. Okay. So, damn, that is she had all the intention of that night of just driving and drinking. She did not plan for this whatsoever. Usually, if you know you're gonna have an eventful night of drinking, you tend to just pick an area all in the same location. Like, why the fuck would you drink so much and then be like, I don't know, like, okay, like if you're gonna bar hop, you know you're gonna be drinking a lot. Where did the document go? Hi, Dr. Todd. I think we're here, right? Yeah. I'm going to drag this over there. Snapper Jacks. Snapper Jacks, Folly Beach. Okay, so all the rest of the bars are right here at least, right? Yeah, they're all right here. Dude, and if she lives in Folly Beach, you can totally take an Uber. This makes no sense. Why? Just leave your car there and then take a goddamn Uber. This is such a dumb thing, man. Man. Oh, hi, Akira. How are you doing today? How's it going? Despite being noticeably and visibly intoxicated at each of these establishments, oh, did they look at the security camera footage? Is that why? Jamie continued to be served, provided, and or allowed to consume additional and excessive amounts of alcohol at each of them. Over the course of several hours, Jamie slurred and staggered her way through each of the bars, consuming an assortment of alcoholic beverages, including beer, tequila shots, shift shots of liquor on the house, etc. Dude. By the end of the night, Jamie was grossly and dangerously intoxicated. Around the same time, Jamie was wrapping up her drunken escapade. Sam and Eric prepared to leave their wedding reception. Surrounded by friends and family, the newlyweds were sent back to the back of the wedding-themed golf cart driven by Eric's brother-in-law, plaintiff Benjamin Garrett, and Eric's nephew, plaintiff BG, who was seated in the passenger seat next to Benjamin. They proceeded east on East Ashley Avenue towards the rental the newlyweds had reserved for the night. Meanwhile, Jamie Komorowski was allowed to leave the bars, make her way to the vehicle, and drive on public roadways in her nearly unconscious state. Despite living on James Island, Jamie Komorowski, in a stupor of drunken haze, mistakenly drove east on East Ashley Avenue in the opposite direction of her home. As she headed east on East Ashley Avenue, Jamie Komorowski, oh, you know what? I think we should have an address somewhere. I could look up to see how far she is from the bars. I mean, I feel like it would have been like probably a cheap Lyft ride, or get like a Lyft pool or something. As she headed east on East Ashley Avenue, Jamie Komorowski accelerated rapidly. Even as she blew through the 25 miles per hour speed limit, Jamie continued to accelerate. Reaching speeds approximately 65 miles per hour, Jamie Komorowski hurtled down Ashley Avenue, slammed to the back of the golf cart in which the plaintiffs were riding. So remember, she told the police at the scene that something hit her, but it seems like they probably have the information that she slammed into the back of the golf cart. As a result of violent and catastrophic collision, each of the plaintiffs suffered terrible and permanent injuries, and Eric's new bride, Samantha Miller, lost her life. At the time of the wreck, Jamie was grossly intoxicated. Her intoxicated state was the direct and proximate cause of the collision that caused the severe injuries suffered by the plaintiffs, as well as the ultimate death of Samantha Miller. What began as what should remain the happiest day of Sam and Eric's lives ended in a horrifying, unbelievably devastating, and yet altogether preventable tragedy. Yeah, preventable. This whole thing could have been preventable. She lost her life for no fucking reason. Eric Hutchinson is a citizen and resident of Charleston County, South Carolina, was a groom/innocent victim severely injured in the incident described above. As a result of defendant's callousness, deliberate indifference, and negligence, Eric has suffered terrible and permanent injuries. Eric Hutchinson is also appointed the personal representative of the estate of Samantha Miller. His bride and wife was tragically killed in the incident described above. Eric was appointed the personal representative of the wife's estate May 10th. Benjamin Garrett is a citizen and a resident of Utah, so he had family coming from Utah, or I think, they had family from Utah and then both in South Carolina. Suffered severe and permanent injuries. Alexis Garrett is a citizen. She's a mother and guardian for a minor child, BG, who was also injured in the incident described above. Upon information believed, defendant Jamie Komorowski was at all times relevant here to a resident and citizen of Charleston County, South Carolina. Upon information belief, defendant beach front bars, so they're suing all the bars. Is there anything I want to read here? Here's the Crab Shack. Taco Boy. I think from what I heard, she was like on like a work thing. She had just been hired by Taco Boy, and with the coworkers, they were like, I don't know, I guess bar hopping or something like that. And I think she was only, I don't know, it was like 2 days in of her being hired. And then I think that's... Yeah, I think that's what I wanted to read from here. Sorry, I'm just skimming through this really quick. Yeah, so this is the lawsuit that the groom and the family members have filed against her. Uber, cheaper than a legal team. Yeah, and if Uber's too expensive, get a Lyft or get a Lyft pool. They have Lyft pools out there. They must have a Lyft pool out there. Okay, so last document that I want to read. This is from her lawyer. I just want to read this because I do want to know some background story on Jamie. So this is the motion for the bond. This was filed a couple months ago, actually, back in May. Jamie Lee Komorowski is a 25-year-old daughter, sister, college graduate who has a strong familial support, routinely cares for children, and has no history of violent behavior. The tragic events of April 28, 2023 are decidedly heart-wrenching, but do not alter the facts the court must consider in evaluating the appropriateness of a bond for an individual who poses no future danger to the community or risk of flight. As set forth, the personal characteristics of Jamie Lee Komorowski, coupled with her strong familial support and ties to the community, heavily counsel in favor of her release from custody. Accordingly, Ms. Komorowski respectfully requests that this court consider her personal characteristics and the absence of any threat to the community or risk of flight in setting bond in this matter. The state has charged Komorowski with 1 count of felony DUI resulting in death and 3 counts of felony DUI resulting in great bodily injury based on the events occurring on or about April 28 on or about 1200 block of East Ashley Avenue in Folly Beach, South Carolina. The affidavit sworn by the Folly Beach Deputy Police Chief described the offense as reckless vehicular homicide. It is further alleged that Ms. Komorowski was driving under influence. A toxicology report dated May 5th avers the blood alcohol level of Ms. Komorowski was 0.261. Undersigned counsel is not yet in a position to evaluate the propriety of the procedures and investigative steps employed by law enforcement, as the state has not yet provided discovery to the defense. At the preliminary stage of the proceedings, however, it is important to note that it is not alleged that Ms. Komorowski engaged in a behavior colloquially characterized as road rage leading up to the events or motivated by any malicious or premeditated desire to cause any harm to any human being. There are no allegations that Ms. Komorowski purposely targeted the individuals in the golf cart or had interactions with them prior to the tragic events. On April 29th, Ms. Komorowski was summarily denied bond prior to the involvement of counsel. Undersigned counsel filed appearance in our discovery motion on May 5th. This case has understandably garnered significant media attention. Certain media reports paint a picture of the accused as an unrepentant villain who ostensibly had a history of partying behavior. Extrapolated from hand-picked photographs posted to social media appearing to depict the accused attending a Halloween party or socializing with friends while in college. Yeah, there was they were giving her shit about this Halloween costume here. I mean, this is like typical, I don't know, college girl shit. She's wearing like a Bud Lightyear, I don't know, like outfit thing. Yeah, I don't know, cringe, but like, I don't know, just typical party girl shit, right? But I know the news outlet like got a hold of this. I was like, oh, look at this party girl. As this court is aware, such characterizations of the accused serve... Wait, what happened? I wish YouTube chat was like Twitch. When I allow my message with a clocked word, it puts it on the list of future messages with a set word. Oh, blocked words. Is there a word that you're trying to block? I don't know. That's with Stream Elements. Stream Elements should be able to do that, I think. Oh yeah, Bud Lightyear. Yeah. This court is aware such characterizations accused serve only to inflame public sentiment. I mean, honestly, I don't know if people really had issues with her like doing college girl normal shit, right? The issue that people had was they got a hold of the phone calls when she was in jail, and you know, her saying, why me, why did this happen to me? It just sounds really bad. Yeah, people are going to roll their eyes at that. We respectfully urge the court to focus on the pertinent factors set forth below determining the appropriateness of the bond in this matter. The facts about Jamie Lee. Circumstances surrounding these charges are heartbreaking, deeply upsetting, and understandably have evoked emotional outcries for justice. The loss of life is nothing short of a tragedy. Ms. Komorowski is cognizant of the utter devastation that engulfs this matter. Is she? Is she really? These palpable emotions and factors warranting release on bond are not mutually exclusive, however. In other words, the tragedy surrounding these allegations does not automatically make Jamie Lee Komorowski a flight risk or a danger to her community going forward. Importantly, Jamie Lee Komorowski has never been convicted of any crime, has never been accused of perpetrating violence against anyone, has never been disciplined for even a school-related behavioral infraction, and has led a law-abiding life throughout her 25 years. The state has not alleged, and indeed cannot allege, that Jamie ever engaged in violent behavior in this past. To the contrary, Jamie's past has been marked by consistent and uninterrupted history of non-violent and good behavior. The daughter of Charles Komorowski, a project manager for a family-owned glass company based in Union County, New Jersey. Oh, I wonder if this affects his company. And Tracy Komorowski, a paraprofessional for elementary school in Ocean County, New Jersey. Jamie grew up in New Jersey as a middle child between her brother, now 24 years old, and her sister, 30. Jamie has a tight-knit bond with her siblings and parents that they converse on a daily basis, even since Jamie has been incarcerated in this matter. Jamie graduated high school in New Jersey from North Hunterton High School, where she took honors classes, had a 4-year lacrosse player, balanced her studies and sports, and with employment as a waitress at a local diner. It was working at the diner that convinced Jamie to seek future employment in the restaurant and service industry. She was told that she had a vibrant and positive personality that seemed well suited to the industry. Following high school, Jamie left New Jersey for a warm climate of South Carolina, graduating from Coastal University in 2020, where she achieved the Dean's List as a marketing major. Jamie simultaneously obtained a minor in hotel resort tourism management, which provides avenues in the restaurant and service industry upon her graduation. After graduating from Coastal Carolina, Jamie held several positions in the restaurant industry, trying like many other young college graduates to achieve employment stability and grow roots in the Charleston area, where she has made her home for the last 6 years. Even in her early years growing up in New Jersey, Jamie constantly earned her unmitigated trust of adult family friends and who turned Jamie to babysit their children. Babysitting would become a second passion for Jamie throughout high school, college, and even graduation. In high school, Jamie worked at the daycare for children in Lebanon, New Jersey, and was responsible for caring for children as young as 2.5 and 4 years old, departing that job to attend college. As recently as this past year, moreover, families in the Charleston area have turned to Jamie to babysit their young children. Given the nature of her burgeoning career in the restaurant industry, Jamie was able to continue babysitting local children whose families placed their trust in Jamie. Also described animal lover, Jamie became the go-to for friends and family to pet sit when they were at work or on vacation. Commitment to intense rehabilitation program immediately upon release. I don't have the call, but Dr. Todd Grun was talking about how they mentioned that she might have to do like a 6 weeks rehab program, and she kind of like rolled her eyes. Was like, okay, I guess if I have to do it or something. I don't know. He mentioned something like that. I didn't see that on any of the calls. Might have been in a different call that he had access to. I wish he just posted like snippets of the call when he does his like YouTube videos. Jamie has struggled with alcohol dependency, depression, and anxiety. So they're gonna go this route. So I wonder if, let's say if the family knew that she had issues with alcohol, I wonder if the family has ever tried to check her into like a rehab or anything like that, or get her like any sort of like help or like AA. Since her college years, Jamie had turned to alcohol to cope with loneliness, stress, and often crippling levels of anxiety, which was then untreated. In recent months, Jamie's anxiety has increased exponentially. And in the last year, Jamie has sought treatment from medical professionals, in the Charleston area for severe anxiety and depression, Jamie now suffers from facial tics brought on by mounting and unabated anxiety. Importantly, Jamie, with the support of her family, is committed to prepare to engage in intense inpatient substance abuse and mental health rehabilitation immediately upon her release. Jamie's family has identified several inpatient treatment facilities offering intense rehab services both in South Carolina and in New Jersey. Oh, I wonder if it's going to be the same one that Murdoch went to. Should the court grant the instant motion for release, Jamie's family will secure a bed for Jamie in the geographic location for court's preference. Thus, if the court is inclined to release Jamie, she will be transferred directly to a treatment facility to begin her intense rehab, which is not available to her in the incarceration setting. The intense level of inpatient rehab is consistent with the rehab goals of the criminal justice system and will help undergird any determination by the court that Jamie poses no risk or danger to the community. Upon her release from the rehab facility, Jamie's family is immediately prepared to offer for the court's consideration a stable and nurturing environment, as more fully discussed below. Stability upon release. Jamie's family and siblings surround her with much needed love and support and remain steadfast in their commitment to provide a stable environment for her should Your Honor choose to grant this motion for her release. As mentioned, Jamie's mother, Tracy, is a paraprofessional working in elementary school with special needs children in New Jersey. As such, Tracy's work hours while full-time are those of an educator, enabling her to be home every day by mid-afternoon during summers and on weekends. She currently lives in Ocean County, New Jersey with her son and Jamie's brother. For his part, Jamie's brother, now 24, has volunteered to assist his mother in supervising Jamie should she be released and can offer additional support to his sisters throughout the day. His father, Charlie, while divorced from Tracy, maintains an amicable, close relationship with his ex-wife, remains very close to his 3 children, is constant and reliable presence in their lives. If Your Honor chooses to release Jamie, it is requested that she be permitted to live with her mother and her brother in New Jersey. Is that a thing where if you were arrested in South Carolina, that you could go and live with your family all the way up in New Jersey? Really? Could that be a thing? They're saying she's not a danger to the community. She's not at flight risk. Okay, that's all that we need to know. I was just curious about her background story. That's about it. Dude, I heard about this really sad story about there was like I think like a 1-year-old or a 2-year-old, really young child that was under the care of a babysitter by like a family friend or something, and the child was brought into the hospital and had like some severe injuries, like some broken bones or something like that, and they think the babysitter did it. I don't know. It's like a pending lawsuit that's happening right now. Okay, so this was her bond hearing that happened a couple of days ago. We're almost at the end, guys. I think this is literally the last thing we're gonna go over. I am gonna forward it a little bit though. Just go to the bond hearing. Yeah, it's really sad. The family members talk. I think the groom talks as well, maybe his family.
Might imagine were quite emotional.
I'm Sam's mom. I've known Sam longer than anybody in this courtroom. And yes, the defendant was.
This is her mom. I feel so sad for her. Oh, that I'll watch on Twitch. Blackjack. Yeah, I'll watch it on Twitch.
Made a conscious decision to get into her vehicle after drinking all day.
Yep.
And take away my daughter. So I do believe she's a danger to the community because I wouldn't want anybody else to go through this. It's torn apart our family. Other families, it's like, you didn't, I'm sorry, she didn't just kill my daughter. She killed all of us.
So the important thing about this is that the mom mentions that I guess there's been a rift between the families because of this. I'm not really quite sure how, and she doesn't go into the details. But I remember hearing, remember Lori Vallow at her sentencing? It was one of the family members. Oh, it was Tammy Daybell's family. One of the family members went up there, I think it was her sister, was talking about how this not only destroyed their family's lives, but like it caused like major rifts between the family members because Tammy Daybell's own children that she had with Chad, they have like no relationship with them because the children believe their dad. They're supporting the dad right now, even though there's like some strong evidence that the dad was probably involved with the murder of his own wife. And the children didn't even come to their grandmother's funeral, and that like broke their hearts. So like, yeah, I don't know. That's like, it's like the ripple effect that this has. Like, yeah, like, you know, Samantha Miller lost her life, but it's also like there's a huge ripple effect of how this affects like the victims' families and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it's like super sad.
Somebody asked me the other day how I'm feeling. Funny question, right? Ask any mother how they're feeling when their daughter gets killed suddenly. And I do know that she's had prior court dates that she did not show up, and therefore a risk for flight is definitely in place.
Wait, she had prior court dates that she didn't show up to?
So I would recommend that she stay where she's at until the trial. I just want to talk about one other thing, and I know that's not what it's about, but I just want to give you all the picture of 428 at 10 o'clock when we're notified of the accident. And get out of the car, like Mandy said, running down the streets, nothing but sirens. And we were told that everybody got taken to the hospital. And then we go over there and stand there for 3 or 4 hours till almost 3 in the morning. And then my husband calls.
Yeah, that's such a worst feeling. Like running down the street to see if, like, you know, if your kid is okay, her husband. You get there and they've already been transported to the hospital, and then you're at the hospital for like a couple hours and you don't hear anything. Like, oh, dude, that's so sad.
And said, Sam's still here. She's still on the street because she got killed. If you haven't experienced that moment, I wish on nobody. But
oh, you know, I actually missed it the first time. I think it's because I was listening on my iPad, but she said that she was at the hospital for a couple hours, and then she gets a call from her husband, and the husband's like, oh, Sam is still here. She's still out on the street because she was killed. So, I don't know. Oh, that's so sad.
All I can say is one person is responsible for tearing our lives apart. And a community, our community of Charlotte, where she's from, is torn apart. So, thank you for your time.
I would give anything to hug my daughter again. Anything. They're gonna, if I set her bond, they can probably afford it. And they're gonna get to hug her and hold their daughter. I just wish and pray that we all do the right thing because the wrong thing was done. If I had done this and said I got out on bond, then that's to revoke the passport. I assume that's one thing, because if not, if it was me, I'd be gone. Your Honor, I just pray and hope that you can see our side of the family. We're torn. We're torn apart. We're never going to get hugged again. Thank you, Your Honor.
Now we all.
It's weird not seeing her talk about the existence or acknowledge them on the her that she calls them. Yeah, because I think that first call that I listened to, the 17 minutes one, I think that was like the first Jailhouse call that she made. Yeah, I don't know. That's just like so weird because you would just, I don't know, if you like killed someone, that's a lot. That would take a huge toll on you. You would think someone would be like, oh my God, I can't believe I killed someone. Like, I ruined their lives. Like, I can't believe I did this. Like, I was so fucking stupid. Like, we didn't hear any of that. It was just like, why me? Why me? I'm such a good person. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Also heard from Miller's siblings at the hearing. Here's some of what they had to say.
I think that the defendant is clear danger to the community. I mean, it's hard for me to say or believe that she made those kind of reckless decisions just because of alcohol. I think that driving over 60 miles per hour on narrow, pitch black, pedestrian village streets in Foley, I mean, it's beyond reckless. It almost feels like intention to hurt somebody. I don't think that she can be trusted to be responsible to show up to court or to not hurt anyone else or to, not drink. I think she should be held without bond, and I think if she gets out, she will hurt somebody else. Just don't think that she can be trusted not to with what she's already shown.
I spoke at the first bond hearing, 12 hours after the defendant killed my sister.
Oh, it's your sister.
And it is just as hard to stand here today, only 3 months later, and the defendant is a danger to the community, to society, because that could have been my daughter. And now they don't get their Auntie Sammy. And I have to explain to them every day.
Oh, I think that's her in the background. I was like, who the fuck is that ring girl in the background? I think that's Jamie Lee Komorowski in the background. I think that she's like on video conference or something.
When the sirens go
like
off,
fucking Samara.
and I think about that time running down the street, screaming my sister's name because it was a conscious decision to drink. It was a conscious decision to get behind the wheel. And as my brother mentioned,
I'm sorry, y'all can't
going
see that.
65 and a 25, but before drinking is a decision.
All right, we want to welcome our guest still with us this hour, former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani. And Nima, I personally think not allowing her out on bond was the right decision, because the problem with the DUI, I think the sibling said it best, the brother, hey, she could do it.
Komorowski also spoke out at today's hearing. Now, they promised to take responsibility for Jamie if she were to be released and to get her some help.
Oh, I think this is going to be her dad, I guess? That's her dad.
Komorowski is my daughter. Of course, I would like to offer my please help.
Sorry, the audio is really bad. I need like 2 earbuds in this.
What the brother and Hutchinson family must be going through. I couldn't even comprehend what that pain must be. And I'm truly sorry for that. Jamie and I were very close. She was a loving young woman with a big heart. I know that she will not be an issue if she is released on bond. I would support any and all circumstances that you would place on her. She has actually been in a transformational portion of her life right now. She is becoming very thoughtful, helpful, loving, and understands that her circumstances may be able to help other people with her addiction problems.
And I also want to express my deepest sympathy and sorrow to the family of the Hudsons and the Millers. I'm devastated, and I can't find perhaps the exact words to express my sympathy and sorrow for them. I just want you to know that if you find that Jamie to be bonded, I will take full responsibility and commit myself and dedicate myself to making sure that she will be following all the rules put upon her. And I know that she will not break any rules. And I just want you to know that I will be there and offering my dedication, commitment to help Jamie with her sobriety, to get her to AA meetings, and anything else that she needs to be doing.
I love my sister more than anything in the world. Her heart has no limits. No matter what happened that day, she'd open her arms for a hug. And she'd always be by my side no matter what. And I'm willing to commit myself to making my mission every day to be by her side, to help her through her path of recovery.
My sister Jamie, my family here, we're very closely bonded. I promise we will do everything in our power to help you feel the most comfortable in making your decision today. I have faith that you will do, what is right, and we're here to support that no matter.
I wish we could listen to the entire thing, but I don't know. I tried searching for it earlier. I couldn't find it. I saw that Court TV was the only one that had this, like the live footages.
What? Jamie is a kind, loving person who just needs some help.
Well, on YouTube at least.
All right, still with us, former federal prosecutor Nima Rahmani. Nima, what we're hearing here reminds us that a crime like this, or a situation like this, it devastates both families.
Oh, here are the wedding photos.
Know what that is, but for lay people, that's sort of the example is you're shooting into a building. You don't know if someone's going to be there or not. What you're dealing with a DUI manslaughter case is recklessness. It's criminal recklessness. It's someone that should be held responsible, but you don't have that intent under the law. I mean, I'd be hard pressed to find someone that's going to say, hey, I'm going to do alcohol or drugs. I'm going to get in a car and I'm going to intend to kill someone, or I don't care if someone dies. It's really that criminal recklessness, and that's why it's a significantly less sentence when you're dealing with involuntary manslaughter. And let's be honest, there's even voluntary manslaughter, which is less than murder, and that's when, the example is you walk in on a loved one and, having an affair with someone else, and you just basically, in that.
Let's see. I think her mom talks. Where's the part where the judge says that he denies bond? Do we not get to listen to that? Maybe not.
From the victim's mother in the case and the message she had after the judge's ruling today. Stay with us. You're watching Court TV.
Out along with other family members after the judge's ruling. So let's listen now to their emotional reaction.
If she's been incarcerated for 3 months, she's probably very clean now. And they do have addiction programs in the jails. So she can access that if that's really what she wants. And I don't think that 3 months spending time in jail, 3 months is nothing. I mean, it seems like yesterday for us. And like I was saying in there, we are tore up. I mean, our family is tore up. Eric's family is tore up. Our families are in disaccord. Is that the word? Yeah. Like we're not together on one page anymore. It's just made such.
Oh, I wonder why. That's so sad to hear.
Created such havoc in everybody's life, and why should she get out and just go about her merry way? And I definitely don't think she should go to Jersey or anywhere around here. I think she should stay in the community where it happened.
Yep.
And feel it like I do every time I come down here. I was here last week. Every golf cart I see. I went over to the marina, and I turned around, and there was the
wedding venue.
The wedding venue. And on the way home in the car, I just all of a sudden broke down and had this major anxiety attack. I didn't know why, because I see those things and I don't say anything, and it's hurtful. And she should have to see them too. That girl rocked this world, okay? She was nothing but, oh, here I go. Love and care. And she was like, she literally was like born an angel. She did nothing but want to make people feel good. She couldn't stand when she thought anybody, even a stranger, felt bad, felt sad. It was her job to make them feel better. You know, she's at Bojangles giving the homeless guy biscuits when she's like 7 years old. You know, like that's just who she was. And I want people to know that she was a bride for 3 hours or 4 hours, however the amount was, but she has 34 years of who Sam was. And Sam was an awesome, free spirit, beautiful person inside, and that's what I want people to talk about.
This was a little more difficult with having people around me that I love, even though that sounds like it would be supportive. But knowing how much this has affected our entire family, standing up there and just talking about Sam and how and what this has done.
Were you pleased with the judge's decision on bond?
I am so happy I could run and scream, and I'm crying happy tears. I'm very happy. I'm happy because I feel like it's been 3 months and the time hasn't been served, and she is a risk of flight and she is a danger to society, and the judge felt that.
And we're also working on planning a service for her in the near future. We kind of wanted to get through, celebration of her life. We're wanting to get through this step for sure, and then maybe have a little bit of time to breathe and be in the right frame of mind to plan that celebration for Sam.
Heartbroken for the family.
Trying to find a footage of maybe the judge denying her bond, but I don't see it. Oh no, we get into Aiden Fucci territory. Let me scroll back up. Oh Lord. Dude, yeah, I feel so bad for the mom. Like the moment when she was talking about how like seeing other golf carts at the wedding venue and how like, I don't know, I totally feel for her. I think we're pretty much done with the Jamie Lee stuff. Yeah, we covered everything. How are you guys doing today? How's it going? Did I piss you guys off with all the stuff that I'm covering right now? I don't know. I said at the beginning of the stream, I was like, you guys are gonna get pissed off, man. I was pissed off when I listened to this initially, when I listened to the, when I watched the Dr. Todd Grahn video. I was like, yo, what the hell? And I was gonna cover it, but we had like a bunch of other things that were happening at the same time, so. What I find interesting, people can be affected by alcohol quite differently. Some get funny, aggressive, mean. I find it fascinating. Yeah, I think it just depends on like, I don't know. Like a lot of people that I drank with in the East Coast were like angry drunks. And then by the time I came here and hung out with my West Coast friends, I'm not saying it's the East Coast, West Coast thing. I think it's completely different. Like, but like my friends here on the West Coast were like happy drunks. Like they can get shit wasted drunk, but they're just like happy, fun. And like, those are the people I want to be around with. I don't know. Fuck the angry drunks. Fuck the violent drunks. Fuck the crying drunks. Like, I don't know, man. I just want to be around people who are just like happy and stuff. I usually don't like being around drunk people though, because they're annoying as fuck. But yeah, I don't know. It was such like eye-opening thing where it's like, wow, people can be like drunk and like not fucking violent and like crazy and like, wow, that's like an eye-opener. Like I remember like drinking with my friends, like some of them back home, like it was like a normal thing for everyone to just get into like get into like a piss like fucking shouting matches with everyone, shouting matches and like just crazy shit like that. And then the next thing you act like nothing happened. But yeah, those were fucking horrible, dude. Fucking horrible. Taxi, thank you so much for the 249. Tequila is evil. There is this one tequila though that's actually really good. It's the one that's like in the fancy like bell bottle. I don't know. I had that a year ago and it tastes, I mean, this is probably the dangerous part, but it doesn't taste like tequila at all. It just like doesn't taste like you're drinking anything. Yeah, I don't know. I have like a lot of mixed feelings with alcohol. It's like I like the taste of alcohol and I wish I could enjoy alcohol, but because like my history with alcohol has just been like so much like turmoil, mostly because of like the family shit and then like how that affected me as I turned to like a teenager and then like in my early 20s and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, alcohol has like a huge like dark cloud like over me. But like now today, it's like I like just drinking like beer here and there with some Korean barbecue, or like just having like, I don't know, I like beers. Beers are good, but I don't know. Sometimes like I can't enjoy it fully because of all like the shit that I like think of like with all the past stuff. I don't know. But yeah, especially like dealing with like alcoholics, where it's like, I don't know, alcoholics are so fucking annoying to deal with. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I forgot what it's called. It's like really expensive, I think, but you can get it from Costco for like $100 or something like that. I've only been really annoying drunks in public transit. My friends don't really drink, so I'm like never around it. Yeah, I started drinking at like a really young age, like I think when I was like 14 or something. I would highly recommend, you know, any young people out there, don't do drugs, don't drink until you're like mid-20s, man. I don't know, early mid-20s maybe. Don't let it fuck your brain development and stuff like that, because that shit really fucks with you. Yeah, I get that, man. Being like around drugs is traumatizing. Yeah, I don't know. And then like I just don't like I don't know. It's like when people are drunk, all of a sudden it's like their behavior just becomes like, I don't know, like excusable. It's like, oh, sorry, I was just drunk. Like I was just drunk. It's like, no, fuck that. Like you should still be responsible with how you are when you're drunk. Or just don't get that fucking drunk. If you're a piece of shit when you're drunk, don't drink that much then. Like control your fucking alcohol intake. I don't know. I don't know. Ugh. The alcohol topic thing, like, it's like, it's so annoying. I would enjoy some beer, Bloody Marys, and occasional gin and tonic. Yeah, it's like, I want to enjoy drinking here and there, but it's always like, I feel like I have this like huge baggage over me where it's like, I can't just really enjoy it without feeling like guilty or something. I don't know. Alcoholism addiction makes people into a completely different person. Yeah. I don't know. But anyways, I think, do you guys want to watch the little Tay video really quick? It's like completely random and off topic, but I was in the middle of watching before I started my stream, and then someone in chat brought it up earlier. Let's just watch it really quick. It's by Atozi. Exactly. The novelty of drinking wears off as we get older. Like, I just like the taste of like, I like having a nice cold beer, but I realized that having a nice cold Coca-Cola is also just as fucking delicious. Like, I don't know, Coca-Cola, like that's probably my vice right now. Although I cut down drinking Coke a lot, but dude, having a nice cold Coca-Cola is like, or just anything with bubbly stuff in it, you know? So good. Drinking is degenerate. Yeah, I think, honestly, drinking, the marijuanas, I don't know, that's like once in a while, sure, but like when you're I don't know, if you're drinking it often, like, I don't know, and you're like, there's some bad behaviors associated with it, and you have to text people sorry the next day, like, I don't know, man, you should really rethink on your behavior. What I miss in Kohberger? Oh my God, the Kohberger thing is so uneventful. I thought Kohberger was going to have like a good alibi or something like that, some witnesses, but nah. Kohberger was just like, hey, my alibi, I love driving alone at nights. You know the Matthew McConaughey commercial? That's me, driving alone at nights, no witnesses. Where was I during when the murders happened? I can't give you a specific time. I can't give you a specific place. I can't give you anything specific. That's basically the fucking alibi. It's fucking garbage. So at least the state's probably like, yay! I have a bottle of whiskey I bought a year and a half, and it's like still half full. Oh yeah, highballs are actually really good. Fucking when I went to Japan again recently, highballs are like, I think highball is like you do like the whiskey, some bubbly in it, and then sometimes you do like lime or like something else. I don't know. It's like so good. But I went to Vegas recently and I ordered a highball. It tasted horrible. I don't know what the fuck they put in there. It was so gross. It was like really like saccharine sweet and like had like a weird like taste to it. I don't know. It was nasty. He was dreaming about having an alibi. Koreans be drinking. Oh yeah, that soju is dangerous. I don't really fuck with soju anymore. Yeah. What? I drink like 6 Coke Zeros a day. What? Why so many? 6? Corey, the tequila is class. Oh, yeah. Casa Azul. Yeah, Casa Azul. That sounds about right. Oh, Casa Azul. I think it's Casa, like Casa, no? Casa Azul. Yeah. I think so. Is it? Oh, class. Oh, it's classe? I didn't know there was an L in it. I always said it's Casa, like Kasa. Or sorry, I thought it was Casa. Damn. Oh man, I thought it was Casa Azul. Yeah, it like makes a little bell noise thing. But I think getting into hard liquor can be really dangerous though, because like, you know, you drink it and then people just get drunk really easily. I like chill stuff, like beer is good, you know, or like a nice little low percentage highball, you know, that's like not too strong. Like I'm cool with that. The gin ones are so they're so classy and so expensive. There's like the gin ones that I've tried where they put like flowers in it and stuff like that. Like I don't know what they're called, but they're pretty good though. But yeah, I stopped drinking those. It's like flowers and they do like these circle ice balls and all this stuff. Jack and Branch. What is Jack and Branch? All right, I do want to watch this video really quick though. It's like only 8 minutes long. I didn't even know Lil Tay was even involved in a lawsuit, but let's watch this. And I was like 2 minutes in. I'm gonna scroll back.
If this is real, filming this video is one of the most depressing videos I've ever filmed. This is not going to be a normal video. I just kind of wanted to put on the camera and talk a little bit. I'm currently out traveling, but the news that Lil Tay seemingly just passed away, I'm still trying to process it all. And right now, since the news broke so recently, I feel like I have to take this all with like a pinch of salt because I'm going to be real here. This family has been known for lying. We don't actually know like 100% if they're gone or not, but if they are, I'm getting like a bunch of different reports because I do have some people I know who did know them who are seemingly saying this is legit. And essentially this is all from an Instagram post. And this is from Lil Tay's main account that says, "It is with heavy heart that we share the devastating news of our beloved Claire's sudden and tragic passing. We have no words to express the unbearable loss and indescribable pain. This outcome was entirely unexpected and has left all of us in shock. Her brother's passing adds an even more unimaginable depth to our grief. During this time of immense sorrow, we kindly ask for the privacy as we grieve this overwhelming loss."
So initially I thought like maybe her brother passed away like before and then now their daughter passed away, but I don't know, maybe they passed away at the same time.
As the circumstances surrounding Claire and her brother's passing are still under investigation.
I don't
Claire
know.
will forever remain in our hearts, her absence leaving an irreplaceable void that will be felt by all who knew and loved her. And the bombshell in this as well is that her brother passed away as well. And when I first read this, I was thinking, is this a car accident? But now I'm seeing a bunch of reports that she took her own life.
You think her brother passed away before? Oh. Oh, you think like, because I think if I remember correctly, her brother was the one that was behind like all her social media stuff, right? So like a little background story from what I know from Lil Tay. She was like very young, like I don't know, like 7, 8, 9 years old, maybe, very young. She blew up in social media. It was like this little Asian girl who was like throwing money everywhere. She said she was like really rich. And then she would like get into beef with like YouTube people, like, and then she like disappeared for a long time. And then there was like some weird background stuff with like, I don't know, her family's like fighting over each other or something like that, over a custody battle or something. I don't know, like her dad was trying to intervene. I barely remember. I think maybe he made a video about this. Someone made a video about it on YouTube and I watched it. And then I think they ended up finding out that everything about her life was like kind of like a lie. Like she wasn't really as rich as she said she was. The houses that she was at, it was mostly like her. I think her mom was like a real estate agent or something and had access to those houses. The cars were like not hers or something. But I think the person that built out that persona was like her brother. So maybe she was like really close with her brother. Maybe her brother passed away and maybe she was like really affected by it. And that's why she like, you know, may have unalived herself. I don't know.
And if that's true, I mean, that's just another case to why young kids should never be on social media, especially not in the middle of the limelight to the extent Lil Tay was. My hat should be saying dare to keep kids off social media. But Lil Tay was probably one of the most famous people in 2017. She had this massive uprise. Suddenly everyone knew about her and then she vanished. She was gone. And we haven't really heard too much from her really since the last time I covered her, which I think was mid to end of 2020. There was something going on with the family. Because if I remember this all right, Lil Tay blew up essentially doing what her brother was telling her to do because they thought it would be a funny internet meme. This went incredibly viral. And because the original videos they made of Lil Tay flexing got so big, I guess they convinced their mom to allow.
How much older was the brother? Do you guys remember that? Was he like in his teens? Like 15, 16 or something? And she was like, I don't know, like 8 or something like that?
Allow them to film these flexing videos in the apartments that she was trying to sell, because their mom was a luxury realtor in Vancouver, if I remember correctly. And then she even flexed her mom's boss's car for one of these videos.
Oh, I remember that.
And this really hits home for me as well, because me covering this back then, that really gave me a career. Like, that my big break on YouTube was covering Lil Tay. So this is why I am literally sitting on a floor in a closet right now talking about this, because I don't really have friends that could be like, yo, Lil Tay died, and they'll be like, who's Lil Tay? So I mean, YouTube has been very peaceful for me in the way where I have it. It's a great outlet for me. I get to talk about stuff that I'm interested in. Obviously, just stupid stuff on the internet is what I love. I love sharing that with you guys. It's just very unfortunate when stuff like this happens, because I don't know her at all, but I'm really sad, because like, not only because it's like a tragic story that a young girl like blew up on the internet, became famous overnight, then tragically lost her life before her life really begun, but also because of her stupid antics, that also gave me a career, which has also given me a fulfilling life and given me the opportunity to take care of my loved ones. And that was my first really big break. I'm sorry.
Damn, that's so crazy, man. 14 years old. That's how... 14 years old. Like, you're just starting off high school. You haven't really experienced much yet. There's like high school, there's college, 20s, 30s, like... I'm like Googling this right now. It seems like they don't really know much information at the moment.
This video is so ranty. I just kind of wanted to put up the camera and talk to it. But if we continue down the Lil Tay lore that I know, things went sour when they went to LA. When they went to LA, that's when the brother and Lil Tay started socializing with people a 13-year-old shouldn't be around. Like, there was so many of these instances of like her smoking and that.
Wait, when did they come to LA? Like a year ago? Or is it before? He said when she was 13, so that would have been like a year ago, right?
Kind of stuff for like, I don't know. It's not a place for a 13-year-old to be in. And of course, this got the attention of the biological father, and there was some court drama there where the biological father managed to regain custody of Lil Tay, taking Lil Tay away from her brother and her mother. Now, according to this Lil Tay Instagram account, we've heard multiple times that Lil Tay did not want to be there, and she was, again, essentially there against her will. But now in recent times, they've kind of been teasing that she wants to come back to the internet, which is why this is very shocking news. I was expecting her to just suddenly come back, and then you have a very similar Lil Tay that we once saw back in 2017. I think the most recent thing we heard from someone in the Lil Tay sphere was Wovicki went on to Ricegum's podcast and actually said that Lil Tay wanted to talk to Ricegum on stream. I've been trying to interview Wovicki for a while now, because obviously I want to talk about her whole career, but I'm also very interested on learning more about how the people around Lil Tay were, like what that situation was kind of like. But Wovicki is definitely not the easiest person to interview, because she's been saying yes to this interview for almost a year now, and it still hasn't happened. So hey, who knows? Maybe in the future we'll get that to happen. And the other massive thing there is that Lil Tay's brother is no longer with us either right now, which, I don't know, both of them passing away this quickly makes me... My knee-jerk reaction, knowing their past and how they love lying for attention on the internet, I'm hoping this is some sort of sick and twisted hoax. But also, would they really joke about that? Would they really use this for attention? But I mean, for all we know, it could have been a bad car accident. It's just really early in the news cycle. Nothing's been 100% confirmed yet. But when something is confirmed, I'll probably make a follow-up video about everything. Okay, so since I recorded the previous segment, something else just dropped, and this is really weird. So a guy named Ishan Gol, he's kind of known for being a behind the scenes guy in the YouTube industry. He knows a lot of people, but he started commenting on the Lil Tay profile. Started off by saying, "I've tried calling her brother and they didn't pick up. This has me stressed out. I don't know who else would have access to this account outside of Tay and her brother. All I know is Tay was about to win a legal battle and they get rights and access to everything again. And then this happens. Something is really off." About a week ago, Jason, the brother, confirmed to me that he was confident they would win the legal battle against their father and get full right over all the accounts and money. Then this happens, and this has me really sketched out. Yeah, that made things very interesting. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and talk about this real quick. This is definitely one of the stories I hope is not true, but I'll likely make an update video when more information's came out. Other than that, guys, stay safe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh shit!
Who has the better lifestyle?
Sorry, this is just going through my random ass watch laters list now. Ooh. You know what I learned from Ricegum? Does he even still do YouTube nowadays? I haven't really heard too much about him. Or does he do like boxing matches now or something? I feel like a lot of those, like, that generation of YouTubers, aren't they doing like fights with each other? I don't know. I don't keep up with that. Lil Dicky is a comedic rapper with the FX show. Doesn't he make like decent music, Lil Dicky? This isn't to return the internet like they wanted, unless it's a cruel joke to get them all to talk about them. I mean, honestly, like when people fake their deaths and come out in the limelight later on, I feel like usually doesn't really go well for them. I don't know of any influencer who has done that and has blew up from that and then like actually gain anything. And unfortunately, there has been a couple influencers who like try to fake their death, or YouTubers, I think. I remember there's this one guy, it was like a YouTuber or something. He like said that he had cancer or something, and then at some point like his community found out that he died from cancer, but then he just like came out of nowhere, was like, "Hey guys, I'm actually alive," and people were like, And then wasn't there one of the group members of like X Nation? Didn't he like fake something? I don't know if he faked his death though, but yeah, I'm just saying that like I feel like I don't see why anyone would do that. It doesn't seem like you really benefit from that. Like, yeah, you might get the clicks and stuff like that initially, and like might get like the public interest, but yeah. What time is it? Do I have a time counter? I think I do. We were just finishing up the Little Tay video really quick. That was posted by Atozy. 4 p.m. Yeah. What time is it for you guys right now? What time is it for y'all? Yeah, we're just wrapping up. I pretty much covered what I wanted to cover. There was a little bit of dormant stuff, but no, nothing really. It's just like body cam footage of him crying before he went to court, which I don't know why he was crying, because he was the one who killed his children, but okay. The Island Boys? No, what's that? Oh, Jussie Smollett. Nope. People still doing dumb shit. 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 4 p.m., 7:30 p.m. 1 a.m. Wait, Taxi, you're like, what, UK or something, right? Pacific time here. I was asking what the wife, what she wanted for dinner. You're making smash burgers? What is smash burger? Wait, is it when you like make a burger and then you smash it on the grill? 102, Europe. I've always wanted to go to Europe. I haven't visited yet. I've been to Asia, but haven't been to Europe yet. Damn, that sounds good. That sounds delicious. What happened to Lil Tay? It just clicked. Hey, Patty. I was just watching a Tozy video on Lil Tay. It seems like nothing's really confirmed yet. It's just rumors that are circulating that her brother and her passed away. But yeah, nothing really confirmed yet. Smash with onions and cheese. That sounds good. Damn, I'm hungry. All right, guys. I'm gonna go feed Shiro. I'm gonna take him out. And then I'm probably gonna watch the rest of the videos on my Twitch channel. So I'm gonna play this game called Going Up, which is it's basically a game where it's just so hard. If you fall once, you have to start all over again. But I'm probably gonna hop on and play that, and then watch some videos on YouTube. You guys want to stop by, hang out, feel free. We don't do true crime stuff on there though. So you just want to do true crime only? Just see me on the YouTube streams. other than that, I'll be on the Twitch, and yeah, I'll probably start in about, I don't know, I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna take Cheryl for a walk. He's got diarrhea right now, and I'm gonna feed him a little bit. Bye, guys. I need to get on Twitch. I'm on the way. Yeah, pop in on Twitch. Feel free to pop in and say hello. If you guys have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free. But anyways, yeah, thanks for hanging out for the stream, guys. Today we covered Kohberger's alibi. We talked about Sarah Boone. Sarah Boone wrote a letter to the judge. This was dated about a week ago. And then we covered a very extensive cover of Jamie Lee Komorowski, who took the life of Samantha Miller, a bride who got married that day, going back on a golf cart with her husband, her family members, and they were struck by Jamie's car. And yeah, so that's a pending thing. Her motion was denied, although we didn't get to watch the judge deny her, her bond, sorry. Too many legal jargon in my mind right now. But yeah, it was denied. We didn't get to see it. And then other than that we talked about Little Tay for a little bit. So if you guys miss any parts of the stream will be up live later on. And I might chop up segments of the stream. I think I will. Probably the Jamie Lee Komorowski stuff. I'll probably chop it up and put it on the YouTube stuff. But other than that, thanks for hanging out, guys. It was nice seeing you guys again. If anything pops up, just feel free to, join the Discord. Discord is a community hangout spot. We have a true crime channel. You can post anything true crime related. I might cover it. If there's anything else you guys want me to watch or anything like that. So thanks for hanging out. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care. Give your loved ones all the love, and your fur babies and your pets and stuff like that, because you never know what's going to happen. But I hope you guys have a great, fantastic day. Have a good day. Good night. Get some air, fresh air. Go outside, get some fresh air. No, I did not feed him the egg sandwich. You know what'd be funny? I said that you would know if I didn't eat the egg sandwich if it's still sitting there on my desk the next day. It's still there. Do you see it? Look, it's right there. I left it there. I didn't touch it. It's been sitting there out in the heat. All right, y'all. Have a great day. Take care. And I will see y'all in the next one. Other than that, if you guys are joining me for Twitch, I will be on there. All right, we'll be